Breaking this afternoon, the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals made a trade today. Cleveland is sending quarterback Joe Flacco and a 6th-round pick to the Bengals in exchange for a 5th-round pick. It leaves the Browns with just rookies Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders on the depth chart at quarterback. Houston Texans general manager Nick Caserio updated running back Joe Mixon's status. He's on the non-football injury list. Caserio says they got to wait another 3 to 4 weeks.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Go Tuesday! I don't want to hear a sound from that lame dude. LeBron James. What a
I told you.
Unbelievable.
I told you it wasn't going to be a retirement announcement.
Well, you know what?
I didn't expect a Hennessy yet either.
I
though.
hope he doesn't ever do that again, because if you trust that knucklehead again,
wow,
it's on you.
Somehow, yesterday, as soon as we knew Decision 2 was coming, Joe was going to be pissed off about it one way or the other.
I don't buy Hennessy as it is, but
now
I damn sure never will. I tell you that.
This man is in his feelings.
I am
wonder
in
why.
my feelings, Stephen A. It is a Tuesday on the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. LeBron James has made it a disgusting Tuesday in a lot of ways, but I'll get over that. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
Come on.
What the hell's the matter with that guy?
What?
Ticket prices go up. People probably buying tickets at exorbitant prices to try and see him now, for the last time.
They way overspent on tickets. That'll probably be a game that have LeBron and Luka both sitting out for load management on the last day of the regular season. I mean,
good gosh.
Wow.
Hey.
Justin Guerrero on our YouTube right away. Joe's Clint Eastwood blood is boiling.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I'm fired up today. I'm going to be fired up today. Tom Pelissero just tweeted out that Jerry Jones is going to get $250,000.
That's going to be the
fine for the middle finger to fans on Sunday. That just came out right now.
It's about right.
Yeah.
I mean, Bud Adams, years ago when he was alive, he had an obscene gesture. Fined, I think, $250. Last year, remember the dude that owns the Panthers? He threw the drink at the Jacksonville fan. That was $300. And Jerry this morning on the radio said, "Come on, boys, it was a mistake. I meant to give him a thumbs up."
You know, that was unfortunate. That was a kind of a exchange with our fans out in front of us. There was a swarm of Cowboy fans out in front.
Yeah,
not Jet fans, Cowboy fans.
Roger.
And the entire stadium was brimming with the enthusiasm of Cowboys.
It was like a home game.
Certainly late in the game. And that was inadvertent on my part because
middle finger.
that was right after we'd made our last touchdown, and we were all excited about. There wasn't any antagonistic issue or anything like that.
No.
I just put up the wrong show on the hand, but that was inadvertently done. And I'm not kidding. It was.
I'm not
if you
kidding.
want to call it accidental, you can call it accidental, but. It got straightened around pretty quick. I've had a chance to look at it. It got straightened around pretty quick, but the intention was thumbs up and then basically pointing at our fans because everybody was jumping up and down excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I always my thumbs, my middle finger.
I mean, inadvertent bird.
It's hard to determine the two.
And just all my excitement, I just used the wrong finger.
So Jerry probably carries $250,000 around in his pocket. That's nothing for Jerry Jones. And he can appeal it and then take a while. He can keep that money in his bank for a little while longer.
I don't know if he can appeal. He's not a player. They don't have the union. Although, I wish he would just own it at this point. Yeah, this dude was giving me the business all game. We got the touchdown. He got the bird, and here's $250 for charity.
Exactly
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
That really is. But, hey, good for Jerry. I gave him some street cred in my mind. I was pretty happy about it that he did that, and I thought it was funny as hell. And, again, $250,000 for Jerry Jones is still a day at the beach.
I mean, nobody wants to get fined at $250, but he ain't going to miss it.
No, he's not going to miss it.
No.
Not going to miss it at all. I'm not going to miss LeBron James one bit
Here
today. This whole damn thing that he did, the decision, too. He's doing commercials for Hennessy.
Well, yeah. Well done.
No, it's not well done.
It was well done because it had the teaser, had all the buzz, and it backfired, though, because people are mad. They got duped.
Yes. You got duped. I was really hoping it was going to be the end.
All the people that don't drink Hennessy can tweet out, I'll never drink Hennessy again. Because you never drank Hennessy to begin with.
Well, I don't know. Does anybody listening to this program drink Hennessy?
I'm sure.
I mean, it's a cognac.
I'm sure.
I don't even know what the hell that is. Like an after-dinner drink? Is that what that is?
I mean, go buy some. Find out.
No, I'm not going to buy any.
Mm-hmm.
I hope there's a competitor. I'm going to go buy that and just leave it on my shelf and just say that I did. I boycotted Hennessy.
So who's the competitor to Hennessy?
I have no idea.
If you're not buying Hennessy, what are you buying? Let us know in the comment section there on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. And also, we have Judge Peter Sakai coming up in about 30 minutes from right now. If there are questions that you have, I know I'm going to, serious questions.
Yes,
but
serious
if there is
questions.
something that you want to know from the county judge when it comes to Project Marvel, he will be on with us at 2:35, probably for about 20 minutes or more. If there's a legit question that you have, put it in the comment section there on the YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, or you can tweet at Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix, and we will ask your question to the judge when he is on with us here in about 30 minutes.
If it's good enough.
Well, I mean, like I said, I know there are some of you in there that won't ask a legitimate question. The good news is both Joe and I'm speaking for you, are smart enough to weed out the crap and ask the legit question.
Well, of course we are.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Or at least I am. I will weed those out.
We got a jam-packed show today, as a matter of fact. Guests and prizes, by the way.
Yep.
A lot of prizes to give away today, so don't go anywhere. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of fun day. Jerry on 105.3 The Fan today. Some interesting comments about a lot of things. Jerry's feeling it right now. He's feeling pretty good.
Sure.
He is. He's feeling really good. So we'll hear from him. And then the big news out of the NFL, Joe Flacco is now a Cincinnati Bengal.
Make this make sense for me. I do not understand this trade for either team. If I'm Cincinnati, I'm looking at, I don't know, Jameis Winston.
Maybe.
Kirk Cousins. Although
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is too expensive.
Right.
But Joe Flacco was so bad in Cleveland, he got benched for Dylan Gabriel. Right?
Yes, that is factual.
And the offensive line in Cleveland is better than what they have in Cincinnati. So now you're going to take a veteran player that's a statue and Joe Flacco and put him behind a line that can't protect and think you've upgraded?
Well, I hope Flacco survives. I mean, I mean that sincerely. It kind of tongue in cheek, but I mean, my goodness, that offensive line is horrendous. And you're right, Flacco is not. He's not the most mobile dude in the world.
No, and if I'm Cleveland, now my quarterback room consists of two rookies and a Deshaun Watson. You've lost the veteran leadership in that room.
So do you go get a Jameis Winston, perhaps?
Maybe. Now, granted, maybe New York isn't willing to part with a Jameis Winston at this point. Maybe their asking price is too high. Maybe they did try and they couldn't get it done. If I'm Baltimore after last week with Cooper Rush, I might be calling New York to see if Jameis is available, if Lamar's hamstring issue is there. But of all the quarterback moves, and we've all been saying for weeks, Cincinnati's got to do something. They were better off staying with Jake Browning than they would be, and Jake's been bad, but, you know, who do they have, Green Bay this week?
I don't know. Is
Here,
that who
Joe
they have?
Flacco, go stand behind that line and let Micah Parsons feast.
Well, they're gonna have to get obviously design some plays for this guy, and I'm not sure that he plays this week anyway. Does he? I mean, I don't know how much different the systems are, but
I mean, if Baker Mayfield can show up in L.A. in a day and play, Joe Flacco can show up and play this week.
They really have Green Bay this week, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Pledge is calling it elderly abuse.
Well,
Stop.
I think he's correct. I saw a tweet a minute ago. There was a dude that was drafted by the Bengals in 1996. He's now in the Bengals Ring of Honor, and he blocked for Joe Flacco.
How about that?
Is that crazy?
I mean, it is kind of crazy, actually.
No, I mean, it really is. It really is. So Pledge says Remy Martin and Courvoisier. What is that?
Cavassier.
Cavassier. What the hell? I don't drink cognac. Cognac. What the hell is cognac anyway? Like a whiskey? Would it be in the whiskey family?
I don't know. Get AD from Texas Cheer on the line. He'll run us through it all.
Maybe, yeah, he would. He would do that. Pat Pledge just put up a poll on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Do you get your thumb and middle finger mixed up when trying to give a thumbs up? Yes or no?
Yeah,
I guess so. Again, if you haven't heard, if you're just joining us, Jerry Jones allegedly, reportedly fined $250,000 for that middle finger salute after the Jets game.
See, apparently it does happen to older people. It happened to you Saturday morning. That guy wasn't trying to give you 2 birds for cutting him off for not using your blinker. He was giving you a couple of thumbs up for letting you in.
You know,
and
that's
he just
probably
made
right.
a mistake.
It explains it.
Yes,
now.
that makes all the sense in the world.
All the sense in the world.
Yeah.
That dude. Crazy. What a show, though. We got a great show. I'm glad you were here with us on a Tuesday afternoon because we're going to have a lot of fun today, no doubt. And we got stuff to give away. Again, Jason mentioned it, but coming up about 2:35, County Judge Peter Sakai is going to join us to talk about Propositions A and B that will be on the ballot on November the 4th. Early voting begins October 20th, so that's right around the corner. He's going to shed some light on some of the stuff that's in there, and so you'll be more educated about how to vote on this whole thing. He's coming up at 2:35. In the meantime, Jared Jones, $250,000 lighter in the wallet, is going to talk. He did talk on 105.3 The Fan this morning there in Dallas. We're going to hear from him when we return here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys are in Charlotte taking on the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium. Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Cancer claims our loved ones every day. When the Byer family lost company founder Perry Byer to cancer, they established Byer Cares. And this October, during Cancer Awareness Month, Byer Boys will donate a portion of all service fees to the American Cancer Society. Please join us in our fundraising goal by visiting BuyerCaresFoundation.com. There's a can in cancer, because together we can beat it.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medi-Share. That's right.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what was your experience like with Medi-Share and your healthcare bills?
You know what? It was seamless. And that's such a blessing when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems. And let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in and it's just what you need, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. People love Medi-Share and saving tons of money. The typical family, I'm fond of saying, can save $500 a month.
I am so thankful for Medi-Share. It's so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way, Brant.
It is a good different. Call right now. They're so easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Prepare for a cosmic convergence like no other. SpaceCon 2025, landing in San Antonio October 24th to 26th. Meet legends from across the galaxies. Elizabeth Olsen, Brie Larson, Paul Bettany, Ian McDermott, Karen Gillan, Carrie-Anne Moss, David Duchovny, and more. I've been waiting light years for this. SpaceCon 2025, the universe is ready for you. Tickets available at spaceconsa.com.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a hump day on the Morning Huddle. Let's start looking forward to football weekend. We've got football tonight, even in the college ranks. We'll talk about that and preview the big games this Saturday.
Big presser today is LeBron leaving the league. We're going to talk about one of the greatest that ever played, whether he's coming back or not.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Jason, I just want everybody to know that I don't need to thank you for giving that free advice yesterday. Home dog on Monday night. I know everybody won a bunch of money last night gambling. I did, certainly, because obviously I took my own advice. So, but you're welcome, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. We all won money last night. And that good advice from your old Uncle Joe right here.
Which advice was that?
Home dog on Monday night.
Yeah?
Yeah, which meant you took Jacksonville and you won. You obviously didn't take my advice, Minix.
I won money last night.
Well, okay.
On
good.
Underdog. I didn't bet the game.
I did.
I'm glad you won some money.
Won some money. Everybody else should have that was listening to this program. Pledge probably won a fortune. taking my advice.
I mean, it's one of the rare times people listen to you and go opposite because generally that's what cash is.
That's usually, well, if you did that, you lost. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. I'm just saying, no thank you is necessary.
Sledge, can you find the radio calls from when Sunshine fell down and got back up again? That's a song too, right? They should play that highlight with that song. Was that
Sunshine?
Chumbawamba? Yeah. Get knocked down, get up again.
Oh,
yeah.
that way, yeah. Well, I saw that this morning, and Chris Jones was spotlighted.
Oh, well, yeah, because he didn't move.
He didn't do anything.
Try.
Didn't do a damn thing. I don't know if he thought Lawrence was down, and that was it. I'm not sure what he thought, but he was just standing there. So I hope he gets roasted in the meeting today.
That was bizarre.
It was bizarre.
A bizarre ending. The pick six. I mean, panic time, Kansas City.
Well, I don't know. I'm listening to the radio driving up here, and there are certain radio sports talk show hosts that say Kansas City's still the greatest. And as long as when they get back there, Rashee Rice, look out. They were the better team last night. I'm like, dude, did you? What was the final?
I mean, the better team doesn't always win.
Well, Jacksonville's 4-1. They're getting no respect. None whatsoever. Kansas City's 2-3, and they're the best team ever. Please
look. I'm looking at Denver. Excuse me. Chargers are. I don't know what to think of the Chargers, but if I'm Kansas City, the panic meter is certainly there. Baltimore at 1-4, knowing they've got Cincinnati and Pittsburgh in front of them. Probably not panicking in Baltimore. Kansas City, I think I'm starting to panic.
Well, I wouldn't panic just yet, but because they are going to get some reinforcements back, but and they do still have one hell of a quarterback, but they're not. I mean, you got to call it what it is, and I don't like people that just go off reputation, and it bothers me because right now they're not good. They're 2-3. You are what your record says you are. And Jacksonville's 4-1. Whatever you think about Trevor Lawrence or Jacksonville, they're 4-1. I mean, my goodness, that's pretty good.
So I just got an email 3 minutes ago from one of the betting sites, sportsbetting.ag. Kansas City still has the fifth best Super Bowl odds at 9-1. Baltimore at 16-1. Let me scroll down.
16-1. Who's going to bet on Baltimore?
Jacksonville
right
at 28-1. For the Super Cowboys are at 75-1. Scroll. Let's see. Houston's at 50-1.
Interesting. Wow.
I mean, the top four are Buffalo, Philly, Detroit, and Green Bay. Then Kansas City and Baltimore.
Well, I mean, it changes every week, so I will say that. But I mean, Detroit right now, you'd have to consider them or the Colts the best team in the NFL.
The Colts are 22-1. But I'm with you.
Detroit may have, and I mean this in all sincerity, no offense to the Cowboys because I think they're close, but Detroit might have the best offense in the league. Now stat-wise, it may be Dallas.
Well, you look at Dallas, and I don't know that Dak Prescott wins MVP. Comeback Player of the Year, yeah, he's on track to win that. It's also known as the Joe Burrow Award because I don't know anybody that's won it more than Joe Burrow, but even Jerry Jones this morning on 105.3 The Fan talking about Dak playing at an MVP level.
Yeah, I think it is a fair comparison. I think he is playing at that level. He is obviously right there at the very top of the strengths of this team, and what a place to have it. Of all of the places you could have it going well for you, that would be the one you would pick to give you a chance to be in the playoffs. And so if we can continue that and improve the lot around him on the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball, look how he played, was absent his best receivers, or absent what we thought were his best receivers. For him to step in and make that kind of adjustment does give you the kind of secure feeling about going forward that you want to have at that position. and you can build around that. And it's a part of the team that, when you feel good about it, get double whammy in terms of confidence.
There's no question that Dak is off to a fantastic start this season. He's playing at a very high level. There's no question about that. But there are several quarterbacks around the league that are playing at a high level. I mean, we mentioned Detroit. I think Jared Goff is. Daniel Jones is.
Baker Mayfield
is playing at that level. So there are some quarterbacks that are having some good years so far. And again, it's early. We'll see what happens. A lot of the book to still be written. But
like I said, I don't see Dak winning MVP. He'll be in the conversation. But comeback player of the year, Joe Burrow has won that multiple times because you get hurt, you come back, and you play at a high level. That's what you get. I think Dak does end up with some postseason honors, but it ain't going to be MVP. But if he is playing at an MVP-type level, this offense is going to continue to score a ton of points, and that's going to, as Jerry said, have them in at least contention for the postseason.
Well, look, they got a good shot right now. I mean, I'm thinking that I don't know how good Philadelphia is. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm not sold on them. I know they're 4-1 right now, but they certainly haven't played well. And if they do, and they still manage to have a 4-1 record, and they put it together, they're going to be a scary team. I think Washington is a team that's going to have to be contended with. So the Cowboys are in the mix there to win that division, or to at least get into the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see because the Cowboys' schedule is going to get tougher.
It is, and what I'm curious of when I hear GM Jerry talking on 105.3 The Fan, because he's been saying it all year, help is on the way. This team is going to get better.
I think that absent really the injuries going against you more, I really think the sound logic is that we're going to get better. And yes, I think we can get better at quarterback because we can get better at the supporting cast around him. We can as you hear the term complementary football, we can be better and stronger over on the defensive side of the ball. So if we can have and not get out of this thing early, which is what the game was about the other day, if we can continue to stack them up and have a win, then by the time we get to the end, we could be a much better team than when we started. That's the ideal recipe for going into the playoffs.
But I don't think there's any question about that. You just look at what they were 4 offensive linemen, starters, out last week against the Jets. They'll get those guys back. C.D. Lamb, he'll be coming back pretty soon. And so, you look at all of that, they are going to get better just because they're going to get better players back.
Well, and Jerry even said this morning, while C.D. Lamb isn't likely to play this week, some of the guys that missed the Jets game should be available for Carolina.
Yes, and we'll probably should be a little cautious as to how we say this because we need to see them, work earlier. But we've got our fingers crossed on Turpin, and possibly it would be a stretch, but we could have one of those offensive linemen come in.
Well, and that's good. And I think Tyler Smith perhaps was one guy they were talking about. Either Tyler Smith or Booker it has a chance to come back this week.
Well, I think Tyler Smith was available against the Jets in emergency situation. So I would think he would be close. Tyler Guyton was in concussion protocol. So
he should be close.
You would think that he'll clear. Although, quite frankly, what I saw from Nate Thomas was better than what I've seen from Tyler Guyton. Not that I'm an offensive line guru, but you got to figure out a way to get Nate Thomas in the game more.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that. And Guyton hasn't been good. So he needs to get on the field and show what he can do. That is for sure. But going to be interesting to see. But you got to give Jerry credit, right? You got to give him credit. I mean, the guy says they're going to get better.
All right.
They're going to get better. Absolutely, they are.
Sure.
Of course they will.
Yeah. You take Jerry at his word?
Of course I do.
I mean, he was meaning to give thumbs up to somebody and shot him the bird by accident. You want me to take him at his word?
Jerry, just admit it, my friend. You are a bad A.
Uh-huh.
All right?
Hey, a little
flipping off Jet fans.
It's only $250K. It was worth every penny.
Damn right it was.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. And take another drink of Johnny Walker Blue. Go for it.
I mean, on today, I think he's got to go Hennessy. Support LeBron James.
Oh, my gosh. Can we just scratch that name from our vocabulary today?
Stop.
It's ridiculous.
Have you heard the morning show's next day promo about how they're going to honor the career and legacy of LeBron tomorrow?
Yeah, whether he's retired or not.
They recorded that thing after their show and long before, about an hour before, the world was duped.
Yes, completely duped. And, well, so were Axeman and Bobcat. They were duped as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're going to get more educated about this whole Spurs thing, props A and B that are going to be on the ballot coming up when it comes to, well, what we've all been talking about for some time. Judge Peter Sakai is going to join us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Rue Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch a game and drink a nice Hennessy than at the Rue Pub there at 281 in Redland Road with those three massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, and go hungry. The food there is fantastic. They've got the biggest and best wings in town. I love the fried shrimp there, about 15 different burgers on the menu. Great chicken sandwich. The hot dogs are great. And on Wednesday night, they have steak night, a great 12-ounce ribeye with your potato and salad for $19.95. You can't beat that deal. Rue Pub has happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first and buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Imagine owning coastal land with ocean views and world-class fishing just off Matagorda Bay. Well, dream no more. This Saturday, October 11th, mark your calendars for our fall one-day coastal land sale at Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. We're unveiling incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1+ acre with ocean access just $49.9 and waterfront properties starting at $99.9, or with a barn dominium from just $169.9. Wow! This gated community boasts a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch with paved roads and underground utilities. It's all happening this Saturday, October 11th. 1+ acre with ocean access just $49.9. Texas coastal waterfront properties from $99.9 with barn dominium from only $169.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing is available. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389.
Well, coming up on November 4th, we all have a big decision to make on props A and B when it comes to the Spurs and the county and the future of everything that's out there at Freeman Coliseum and the Frost Bank Center. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And we mentioned if you've got a question for County Judge Peter Sakai, you can put them in the comments section on our YouTube page or tweet at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. Because County Judge Peter Sakai joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Judge, appreciate you taking the time to come back on today because, man, I still feel like there is so much misinformation out there about Prop A and Prop B and how the money can be spent or what it could all be used for.
You got that right, guys.
In fact, as I say that, I got a text at 2:09 today from, it says, political advertising paid for by defending public money for public good, PAC. And it says, Prop B is a tax increase that benefits billionaire investors from San Francisco and Austin who want to build themselves another billionaire playground, and they want you to pay for it. Our tax dollars should go to flood control improvements, public safety, neighborhood safe roads, not another arena for billionaires who don't even live in San Antonio. And I'm getting that thinking, well, all that seems wrong from everything I've heard about how this money could actually be spent.
So let me correct the record, so to speak. First of all, the election is referendum Proposition A and referendum Proposition B. A goes to the county facilities, Frost Bank Center, the Joe Harry Freeman Coliseum, and the Coliseum grounds. B is the new Spurs arena. In regards to the referendum, that is it. I must make clear that this is not Project Marvel. That is a City of San Antonio project. Questions need to be directed to the city for further clarification of what Project Marvel is about. But in regards to the referendum, it is based on a county venue tax, which is by law. By law, we were required to call an election so the voters have a choice. And I'm asking the voters to get all the correct information and as much information they can get in order so that they can make an educated decision. By law, I am not allowed to advocate and tell voters how to vote on this. They must make their own decision. But so let's break it down, guys. In regards to Proposition A, it is for the county facilities, Frost, Freeman, and the Coliseum grounds. What we have is an opportunity, in essence, to have a east side downtown revitalization and economic development by county-city partnership. One of the things I want to make clear to the public is I cannot allow the Frost Bank Center to become the next Astrodome, guys. You know the Astrodome, the eighth wonder of the world, and now is a dump. And if we do nothing, that's what's going to happen. Two is the fact that Spurs have really given us an advance notice that they're likely going to stay close to the end of the lease. So we have 6 years to figure this all out and to put a lot of those details together. The other part is the tremendous opportunity, the revitalization of the east side. And I made that a stipulation before I wanted to give any money over to the Spurs for a new venue. And so what this revitalization of the east side means is, can we put the foundational piece so that we upgrade the Frost Bank Center so that it has the technology so it can compete as a venue for whatever we repurpose it for. And two is get the Joe Harry Freeman Coliseum that is being utilized by the Coliseum Advisory Board that has gun shows, doesn't have gun shows, but it has car shows, boat shows, home and garden, graduations there. And then finally, the rodeo has put a business plan, and they're out there, guys. And I'd ask that you get Cody Davenport, the CEO of the rodeo, onto the show to help the public understand what tremendous opportunity we have for the rodeo to go year-round, not to extend the 1 month that they have February, which they, by the way, make over $300 million gross, but the fact that they can run rodeo events, make it a Western culture event so that we turn the asphalt, the cement, concrete, and the barns with dirt floors into multi-purpose venues that will have restaurants, will have small businesses, will green up the whole facility so that it becomes an economic tourist generators so people will come there. Because right now, guys, people come to an event, be it the Spurs game or a concert or what is happening at the Joe Harry Freeman Coliseum, and they leave. And there's nothing else that goes on. What we need to do is revitalize that whole area. Oh, by the way, there's a vision that we could turn that golf course, the Willow Springs Golf Course, into a tourist destination by putting in a hotel there. And guess what, guys? If we continue on with this vision, we could revitalize and deindustrialize all that area in there so we can hopefully move out the warehouses to then bring in the housing, the hospitals, the schools, whatever the community wants to see. Now, in regards to B, it is not Project Marvel. It is about what our contribution. We put a cap, 25% cap up to $311 million for a new Spurs venue. The Spurs can really put whatever venue wherever they want. So, again, pushing back that this is all about Project Marvel and to help these private business. Now, guys, you understand that the Spurs are a business, that they have made a business decision that they want to move out, that they want to leave. The rodeo has said that they need the Spurs to leave in order to expand this year-round program. And so we want to make this a win-win. We need to keep the Spurs in town. I've taken Peter Johns Holt's word that they're not going to leave town and go to another place, but that they need, as far as a business model, to get that public finance support for their viability so that they can get on a championship run with Wemby and all the pieces that Wemby's going to need in order to get back up to the top level and be the NBA champions that I know that they're going to be. And so I hope in this process I've been able to explain. Also, I should go back on the county venue tax. I said it's by law. We have to have election. The county venue tax is a hotel occupancy tax, which you pay for a hotel stay, and a rental car tax. It is by law that tourist tax, it's a tourist tax. It's paid by the people to spend money on hotel rooms. Now, there is a tax increase, and people push back and say, oh, there's a tax increase. This is not a homeowner's property tax. There is zero impact on homeowners and renters. This is a tourist tax. As far as the tax increase, let me give you an example, guys. $200 hotel room, 1.75% is the current hot tax, hotel occupancy tax, which is $3.50. We're going to go 2%, which is the max by law, which will increase that tax to $4 a night. $4 from $3.50 is 50 cents extra in order to create this vision for the east side and also give an opportunity to Spurs to go on a new championship run with a new Spurs arena that they have said. They are putting significant equity. They're putting in the term sheet with the city of San Antonio, $500 million of their own money. They're responsible for all cost overruns. So there is not going to be any impact on the county general revenue tax, which is homeowner property tax, zero. And so, guys, I can keep going, but let me pause to see if you have any questions.
Yeah, Judge Sakai, I do, and I appreciate you explaining all that because I think that there is a lot of information out there, and some of it credible, some of it I'm not sure about. And I just want to go back to what Jason was mentioning when it talks about this thing that came out against Prop B. It says that our tax dollars should not go to flood control or should go to flood control improvements, public safety, neighborhoods, and safe roads. Is that an accurate statement when it comes to what we're voting on November 4th?
No, the law says it must be specific uses attached to venue, and it must be tourist-related. So the argument about housing, streets, sidewalks is not allowed by law. Now, somebody has pushed and said, well, what about the last 2008 that created the Tobin Center, that did an extension on the Riverwalk, did the extension of the Mission Trails, the San Antonio River? Well, yeah, those were specific tourist-related venues that was allowed by law. Now, guys, I don't want to build another Tobin. I don't want to put any more money to the Riverwalk. I don't want to put another money on the Mission Trails let us revitalize the East Side by putting the foundational piece so that that becomes a pearl-like economic generator. People will go and spend the day there. Because right now, to stay status quo, guys, means people will come to events and they will leave. And that doesn't mean anything for that community. The other part is the commitment of the San Antonio Rodeo to invest. And they have made a commitment to provide programs for the East Side kids and families. What, and they've already started it, is an equine horse program. So they're running horse programs out there on the county facilities. They have given me their commitment that they will commit to SFA 4-H clubs for those kids so they can raise animals out there. Otherwise, those kids have no opportunity to do that. Also understand that the Western culture, which is obviously the rodeo, has a impact from a cultural issue of bringing the history of the vaquero, the Hispanic cowboy, and the black cowboy, so that we can embrace the cultural diversity that this community has. And so we have a tremendous opportunity to have year-round events and that we can keep the Frost Bank Center viable. It will not become another Astrodome, and that we have the opportunity to then create economic generation around that. That's what I see as your county judge.
You know, and somebody explained it to me, what you're talking about with the year-round type rodeos. Think about what happens up at Fort Worth at the Fort Worth Stockyards and the different events that they have, which could create everything that you just described as we visit with County Judge Peter Sakai here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Judge, you mentioned a couple of times it is the law, how money can be spent. Now, you've been a judge for a long time, and now you're the county judge. I know this is going to sound knuckleheady, but as a judge, why is there not a law for, like the political ad that I just got texted to me this hour with misleading information?
The question, guys, I don't know the question.
Why is there not a law that keeps political advertising to be more on the up and up? Like the ad that I got texted earlier, you say all that is not true. Why is there not a law that keeps false information from being advertised out?
You know, guys, I wish there was, but we have a thing called the Constitution, and we have rulings of of the U.S. Supreme Court that really allows this kind of free speech. And you're right. There's a lot of misinformation, and I'm not accusing anybody of doing anything. All I want to do is put the information, and as a former district court judge, I am bound by the rule of law, guys. I follow the Constitution, and that's the reason why I hear those arguments, but I push back, and especially in these forums, to let the public know that the law doesn't allow. Now, again, they have used a venue tax for venues in the past, but like I said, do we need another Tobin Center? What does that do for the East Side? What is putting more money on the Riverwalk? It doesn't. And so we have our opportunity that Proposition Referendum A for the county facilities and for a new Spurs venue, I believe. Also understand, guys, I think you've got the numbers too about how much money the Spurs are putting in.
Yes.
They're putting in substantial equity, $500 million, which is the most. And guys, I think you guys know for a fact how much Oklahoma City got. It's all public finance. I mean, I heard that the Oklahoma City franchise is putting $50 million into a nearly $1 billion. Boy, they got a heck of a deal there. But the Spurs have also committed $1.5 billion of infrastructure and economic development around their facility. So that's a $2 billion investment that the Spurs have committed to. And the devil's in the detail, guys. And that goes back to my role as county judge and being a lawyer and judge. I'm going to make sure the Spurs live up to the promises, because obviously the East Side feels that they were the promises that were made in that last election when the AT&T, now Frost Bank Center, was created. was never fulfilled. I'm going to make sure the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. Spurs are going to do. The city will do what it needs to do, and the county will need to do to make sure that this is a economic revitalization of the East Side. I think it's a game changer, guys.
Well, I think it is too. And Judge Sakai, I'm curious, and no better person to explain this than you. When you're talking about this with the two propositions A and B, why do they need to be separated like that? Because I think everybody, when it comes to the county property, I think that's going to pass with flying colors. That's just my opinion. It's the other one that I think people are on the fence on. Why do they have to be separated on that?
That language had to be submitted to the comptroller, the state comptroller, who has to give their approval in order for this election to be had. That's just the way the law requires, and that's what was required by the comptroller, that we have two separate referendums. And guys, you know, the public has that before them. Will you support the rodeo and their interest, and will you support and keep the Spurs from leaving town? You know, I mean, that's what the voters have in front of them. I understand the tremendous pushback, possible misinformation that's being put out, but this is based on the law, and it's based on what we're allowed to do, and I just see tremendous return of investment. It's the ROI, guys, return of investment, that we'll get our money back, and we will prosper as a community. What's good for the East Side will be good for the entire county and the residents, because we're using a tourist tax, no homeowner property tax. Oh, my county manager, David Smith, he told me that in regards to now this gets technical, guys, the tax increment or the reinvestment zone, PERS is a word, or PSC, Public Finance Corporation, all those taxing entities for the county, as far as if it does go at the downtown venue, well, it could project to $70 to $80 million worth of taxes that will go to the county so that we can continue to balance our budget. Guys, I balanced the budget. No property tax increase, no increase in the total amount of the budget. We had no deficits for this year and the last year. So the county's being very fiscally responsible for the taxpayer dollars, the general revenue, the homeowner property tax. And we have an opportunity that this economic generator, both in the downtown area and both out there, will generate sales tax, alcohol tax, additional taxes that we will then be able to do the things the community has asked us to do. I am dedicated to affordable housing. I am dedicated to public safety, guys. We've got to make sure that our community is safe. I'm dedicated to public health, especially mental health, guys, especially for our children and families. That's still my North Star, guys, so to speak, of I want to protect children, I want to empower families, and I want to improve the system. I see Proposition A and Proposition B as an opportunity that our community, our county, will continue to grow and prosper.
County Judge Peter Sakai joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Judge, I know clearly listening to you for the last 15 minutes or so, you know this in and out. You've done several events where you're trying to get information, proper and accurate information out to the public. At all these events, what's the one question you get where you're like, man, we've covered this over and over again. I can't believe people are still not getting this. What's the one underlining, this is what people need to know as they head to the polls?
You know, guys, I think it's not a question. It's just the fact that we live in a very tough world. We don't know how to trust our public leadership, guys, I'll be real blunt, from the top to the bottom. But I, as a county judge, as a former district court judge, took an oath to follow the rule of law, to protect and defend the Constitution, the United States Constitution, and our state's Constitution. And I bring that to the table so that when I put the information out, I am there to make sure that we are protecting our community. Guys, that's my job. My job is to protect all citizens of Bexar County. And so the frustration is the fact that people will not accept what is correct information, accurate information. they will continue to misstate or ask for things that are not allowed by law. And so that would probably be the most frustrating part of those questions keep repeating themselves in various forms. And you've already, I think some of your callers are asking the same questions over and over.
Yeah.
And I respect that, guy. And I will respect the decision of the voters.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
How is, don't mean to ask an unfair question, Judge, but how is the inner workings right now between the county, the city, and the Spurs on this vote?
We're kind of in a whole pattern. The county came out earlier. If you remember, the Spurs wanted an earlier election, and I pushed back. I said, no, we needed more information. We continued to work together. That's the reason why I pushed back on Project Marvel. The county had nothing to do with the preparation and how the pieces of Project Marvel are out there. And again, that is a city of San Antonio that needs to be explained by them. But in regards to the relationship, we have done what the county needed to do to make sure we revitalize the east side. We were able to support our San Antonio Spurs to make sure they stay in town. And then finally, we're looking at the vision for that east side with all the economic development. So what I'm saying is that we have done our very best to protect the county taxpayers. I will respect the city and how they're trying to protect their taxpayers. But this discussion of two votes, the vote this county vote, and I want this cleared up, is for the entire county residents, all eligible voters of the county, meaning the unincorporated areas, all 26 suburban cities, and the city of San Antonio are eligible to vote. There is some confusion of, this is city of San Antonio. And so obviously the Spurs are having to run a campaign and to try to get the information out there. The rodeo's doing the same thing. So I invite you, especially on Proposition Referendum A, get Cody Davenport, get Derek Howard from the Coliseum Advisory Board over on this show so that they could further explain and, invite the city and have them explain. So in regards to your question, how things are working, I think the city and the county and the Spurs have put forth a plan that the voters are going to have to decide what's in their best interest. And I think I've tried to explain it as best I can.
Well, you've done a great job, Judge, and I appreciate the explanation, the clarification that anyone living in Bexar County can vote in this election, because that has been a question that I've gotten quite a bit. So I appreciate you clearing that up, and it doesn't matter where. If you're a Bexar County resident, you can vote in this election.
Absolutely. Judge,
you got it.
Peter Sakai, always appreciate the knowledge and insight.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Appreciate it. County Judge Peter Sakai on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
I don't know how it can be explained any further. And I tell you, Jason, it's really is concerning. And the question you asked about why this is allowed, because that email that you got and a couple of other listeners got that have sent it to me is just it's full of misinformation. I'm not going to call it lies, although it is.
It is.
But it's just misinformation, and it's confusing people, and it just it's not right. And whoever sent that email, I hope somebody knows them or is listening, but why do that? I mean, is it that important to you that you've got to lie to make this thing not happen? It doesn't make sense to me.
It's putting doubt into who's telling the truth.
Yeah.
And I think we all agree. I mean, but this money can't be used for other things. What they're trying to do on the east side, and I'm seeing a lot of comments on our YouTube page about waste of money, and nothing can ever happen over there. Small-minded mindset. If they can create the rodeo grounds like the Fort Worth Stockyards, now that might not be for you, it might not be for me, but there are a lot of people out there. I remember, and look, we've all lived here long enough. Remember when people thought, "Oh, the Pearl? Are you guys nuts?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What are you doing?" Look at the Pearl now. I mean, sometimes you have to have some stones to think outside of the box.
Well, look at Southtown and what they've done there. They can do the same thing to the east side. And I know we've got a lot of on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page talking not so well about the east side. Look, they can get that done. And if there's rodeo events year-round at the Frost Bank Center,
well,
how cool would that be?
And again, I think part of it's true. I remember when Tommy Covert came on the show and said he blamed cones because, you get coned into the Frost Bank Center and then they cone you out. There's nothing to do. But if you put an entertainment district over there, if you put some bars and a couple of restaurants, people would go.
People would go, without a doubt.
People would go.
No question about it. I, again, appreciate Judge Peter Sakai coming on and explaining what this is really all about and giving us the information that we all need to know. We thank him for that. We appreciate it. When we come back, so much to talk about. Taylor Swift tells Jimmy Fallon the real reason she's not singing at the Super Bowl. We'll hear from her about that and about Redwood Wood as well when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Turn it off, baby.
What? Good Lord. Football season. Now, granted, no games tonight. Hell of a game last night. In fact, I needed that final drive from Sunshine to go higher than 219 and a half yards. He finished with 221. My entry turned green, and money got deposited in my account. That's what makes watching games while playing underdog so much fun, playing the pick'em game, because you're watching the game, but there's that more excitement. He needed 47 yards on that final drive for that to turn green, and he got it. And the win. Fell down and everything. Now, no football tonight. It's Tuesday, but you know what? You got playoffs in Major League Baseball, and you'll have football this weekend. Playing on underdog is easy. You pick whether you think your players are going to go higher or lower on stats. Receptions, rushing yards, passing yards, touchdowns, that sort of thing. Get all your picks right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And I really loaded up yesterday because they offered a 50% profit boost on my pick'em entry. So last night was a great night for me. Download the Underdog app. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6, the Aggies take on the Florida Gators. Presented by Just Pots. Free game at 5 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
My name is John. I could not lose the weight I needed to. The Institute for Functional Health Wellness Program was the answer. It included a great deal of testing, supplements, and weekly face-to-face doctor visits. I finally had the accountability I needed. I am now 50 pounds lighter. I no longer have pain in my elbow, back, and hips. I have more energy and just feel and look so much better.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo, No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Hey, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is being fined $250,000 by the NFL for that middle finger salute after the Cowboys beat the Jets on Sunday. The Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals made a trade today. Cleveland is sending quarterback Joe Flacco and a 6th-round pick to the Bengals in exchange for a 5th-round pick. That leaves the Browns with just rookies Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders on their depth chart at quarterback.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a great Tuesday out there. We appreciate you spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and boy, what a day. What a day. Judge Peter Sakai joined us. I hope you didn't miss that. If you did, we'll have some more, and it'll be on the audio vault coming up pretty soon as well. But great way to explain what's going on in this election on November 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, when Pledge gets it on the audio vault at sasportstar.com, powered by AA Best Bail Bonds, we'll certainly let you know. And I imagine we'll talk about that again a little bit later on. But Judge was long-winded. We're way late. Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, to opinions. Never enough time.
The UFL today announced that they have added teams in Columbus, Louisville, and Orlando. We know last week, the Friday news dump that was, San Antonio lost their team, our team, the Brahmas. And it is interesting, the differences in what the league is doing. You know, the Houston Gamblers are back. Remember, they were the Roughnecks, but you're going way old school. They're moving to the soccer stadium. The Arlington Renegades, they're not the Arlington Renegades anymore. They're now the Dallas Renegades. They're moving over to Toyota Stadium there in Frisco, the soccer field. All of their new arenas outside of St. Louis have moved into smaller venues. I was doing a little digging over the weekend because a lot of people are like, why not Toyota Field here? Stadium's not big enough. Especially if you think about the visiting side where it would be, you couldn't put a football team over there.
Gotcha.
Locker rooms aren't near big enough. Some of the high school stadiums don't have the technology that is needed for the UFL. That was from what I'm told, those were some of the negatives of what you're looking at.
Well, it still pisses me off.
It does.
It does. So they're moving to Columbus, Louisville, and Orlando, and, good luck. That's all I got to say to them.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yep.
And good riddance and birds up.
All of the above. Taylor Swift was on Jimmy Fallon last night, and thank goodness for social media because I didn't know she was going to be on. Probably wouldn't have watched even if I did know she was going to be on, but the clip's funny as hell. Ever since she was on New Heights, I look at her in a completely different way.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift just seems like a cool chick.
Regular person.
Yep. Unlike, say, Ed Sheeran, based on one of the clips I saw, apparently Ed doesn't even have a phone. How do you live life without a phone?
I have no idea.
He seems like a weird dude.
He does.
She seems down to earth. Well, down to earth as much as a billionaire superstar could be, but seems like she'd be fun at parties. She told Jimmy Fallon the real reason she won't do the Super Bowl halftime show.
You didn't turn down the Super Bowl because of performance footage?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, here's the thing. Like Jay-Z has always been very good to me.
Yes.
Our teams are really close. It's like they sometimes will call and say, how does she feel about
Yeah.
And that's not like an official offer or an official or like a conference room conversation.
It's just a
like
feeling
our teams
out.
are really close. How does she feel about it in general? And we're always able to like tell him the truth, which is that like I am in love with a guy who does that sport on that actual field. Like, that is violent chess. That is gladiators without swords. That is dangerous. I am, the whole season, I am locked in on what that man is doing on the field. Can you imagine if, like, he's out there every single week, like, putting his life on the line, doing this very dangerous, very high-pressure, high-intensity sport, and I'm like, I wonder what my choreo should be.
Oh my gosh, honey, let me have one thing. Let me have one thing.
I think we should do 2 verses of Shake It Off into Blank Space, into Cruel Summer would be great. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like this is nothing to do with Travis. He would love for me to do it. I'm just too locked in.
That's awesome, and I appreciate that. She's letting Travis have football, and she's going to stay out of that and just be a fan. That's pretty
Sounds
cool.
like next year after Travis is retired, she might be.
She might be able to do that.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
She also went into detail on how she came up with Joe's favorite song, "Wood."
I brought this into the studio and I was like, I want to do sort of like do a throwback kind of timeless sounding song. And I have this idea about like, I ain't got to knock on wood, and we would knock on wood and it would be all these superstitions. And it really started out in a very innocent place. You know, it started out like, I don't know what happened, man.
We went off the rails.
I got in there, we started vibing, and I don't know how we got here, but I love the song so much.
Yeah, I know how they got there. She started having dreams of the night before with Mr. Redwood opening her thighs.
It's all love.
That's all love.
It's all love.
That's all it is.
But the song started in an innocent place.
Yes, of course it did. I think it's great, and she was pretty good. So, well, good for her.
You know, the old saying, if I won the lottery, I might not tell you, but there would be signs.
Yeah.
There's a guy that won the lottery. He told everybody, and there was a lot of signs. Dude went on a 3-month bender, ended up in the hospital. So his advice, if you win the lottery, don't buy everybody a car and take everybody on vacation and drink for 3 straight months because you could end up in the hospital.
Well, the guy's got to be broke. I mean, he only won like $1.9 million. Well, I mean, which is a lot of money, but if you go on a 3-month bender and you're buying cars for people and stuff like that, I mean, just that, you can run out of that stuff.
Did you read the whole article? The dude said he had $17 in his bank account when the lottery deposit was made.
Okay.
Well,
now he's probably got 20 maybe in there now.
Maybe. Now he's got hospital bills.
And hospital bills because he quit his job.
Of course he quit his job.
Well, I don't know. Do you quit your job at $1.9 million? And if you do, you certainly don't go on a bender and spend it all. I mean, look, I'm up for, taking $50,000 maybe and going and having a party. I'm good with that.
They went to Barbados. You ever been to Barbados?
Never have.
Barbados is a blast.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, hey, props to him. He won the money. He can do what he wants with it. But
yeah, but he's applying for jobs now.
Yeah, he is, and I'm not sure. He's like a technical guy, right? I mean, so
he's a forklift driver.
A forklift driver, yeah. So he'll find a job.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
Yeah,
if he gets out of the hospital.
He will.
Okay.
He will.
Yeah.
He will.
Got a question for you, Minix.
Yeah.
You'd be the one to answer that. I saw an article today in The Athletic. Is Arch Manning a flop?
Here we go.
That's the article.
Here we go.
And it says, why his slow start feels unprecedented. Do you think Arch Manning is a flop? Well, we're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need caps made, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, go see Sam. If you need your logo on a dress shirt, a golf shirt, any kind of shirt, Sam's got all the big name brands: Eddie Bauer, North Face, Nike, Under Armour, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. And he now has a full line of Tommy Bahama. So if you need your logo on a nice Tommy Bahama golf shirt, quarter zip, jacket, go see Sam. Incredible prices, and that does include your logo. Sam has all the big name brands. Nobody has better prices, and he's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Been in a car wreck? Not sure what happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows, because Thomas J. Henry is one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. You deserve to get compensated for your injuries. You deserve a law firm that can take your case all the way to trial. You deserve justice. So don't settle for less than you deserve. Get Thomas J. Henry on your side. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together, because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart. Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you.
For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things, people, love.
The UTSA Roadrunners open American Conference play Saturday night against the Rice Owls in the Alamo Dome. It's homecoming. It's UTSA's annual Hispanic Heritage Game. Tickets on sale starting at $24 at GoUTSA.com or call 210-458-8872. UTSA versus Rice presented by HEB. Kickoff 6:30. Upon exit, fans will receive Taco Cabana UTSA Football 15th Season Cups. Get your tickets now at GoUTSA.com because when we win, San Antonio wins.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu? Is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I don't know if I should say congratulations on the tie. I mean, it beats one of the alternatives. I mean, so it's a good football team you guys had a tie with.
Yeah, and you've been asked a lot. Would you change the rules?
You know, again, would I change the rules? I don't know. I mean, I maybe would add a little bit more time to overtime. Again, I think at the end of the day, whether you win, lose, or tie, man, this league, there's always something humbling coming around the corner versus the next opponent, so you got to get ready.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is the home of the Aggies, and this is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
What's interesting that we teased an athletic piece that is questioning whether Arch Manning is college football's first flop. Our good friend Bob Ballou, who joins us on Wednesdays here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, was just complaining on Twitter about that particular article.
Bob complain?
So we'll, I'm sure we'll talk to Bob about this article, but it's an interesting article, and honestly, they're not throwing all the blame on Arch Manning, but he has underperformed, I guess you could say. Although I'm contend the expectations for that young man were just way over the top to begin with.
Well, and again, Texas was a preseason number one, and now they're not even ranked in October. And Arch hasn't looked good against anybody outside of Sam Houston. I mean, is he a flop? I mean, to this point, the only answer is yes. But we also know the story hasn't been completely written. You know, you look at the Florida game. That defense was just awful. And that's supposed to be the strength of the team. Until Arch finds his footing, the defense is supposed to keep Texas in games, and they didn't do it. Now, if he comes out this Saturday, beats Oklahoma, we're not going to look at this and change anything. Hell, I saw a deal yesterday from On3 that, and I don't know how they come up with this stuff because it's so bizarre, but his NIL valuation has dropped over $1 million, yet he's still number one. Now, that's not real money coming in. That's just somebody putting what's his value. And it went from over $6 million to just over $5 million, but it's still number one because he hasn't lived up to expectation. Does he have plenty of time to turn it around? Sure. He's got a coach that believes in him. They're not going to move on from Manning at this point. But right now, at least this year, is he a bigger flop than, I don't know, Drew Aller at Penn State? I mean, both had high expectations. Both have led their teams to from a very high ranking to not being ranked at all.
Well, look, a flop, I think it's way too early to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly do. I mean, he hasn't played well. There's no sugarcoating that. He hasn't. He's been very inaccurate, to say the least. But when you look at it, and I will look at it, and I hope he gets better, and I hope the entire Texas football team gets better. But they're in trouble right now. And people are going to pick on it. And we said this over and over and over again, Jason, when before the season began. I mean, there was no way Arch Manning can win in this scenario. If he plays poorly, he's a flop. If he plays great and Texas is undefeated and number one, then, well, that's because that's what he was supposed to do. And it was just that's the way that it's going to be. He's got to find a way to get better. But Sark has got to find a way to help him get better. And by that I mean that offensive line's got to get better. The defense has got to play better. His wide receivers have got to play better. And they've got to have some semblance of a running game. And all of those things have all been flops for Texas thus far.
Flop, bust. We look at a number of quarterbacks get drafted high and quickly bring out a bust label.
Mm-hmm.
And now that these guys are getting paid in college, is it fair to do the same thing? And you think about some of the biggest busts in the NFL, whether you're talking about a Ryan Leaf or Jamarcus Russell or, let's go recent years. Do you start applying that now to your college guys that are getting paid? I mean, you think about the dude that left Tennessee for UCLA, who was a complete flop until he beat Penn State this past week. But they were 0-4. But he played great in that game. What was different? I don't know. They're 0-4, and there's 8 people at the game, and the pressure's off, and the kid went and played great.
And maybe that could be. Look, he's going to face no more pressure than he's going to face this week. I mean, you got this game against Oklahoma and then the final game against Texas A&M. If he plays great in both of those games, people are going to give him a pass. And that's just the gist of it. This is going to be an unbelievable game for Arch Manning. You talk about the pressure that he's going to feel is going to be more than what he felt against Ohio State, because this game means more than that game did and all the other ones. This game means something to Texas fan, and they're going to be watching closely. But I say Sark has got to help him a little bit. If the offensive line's not playing well, you got to bring in some plays that help the kid, get the football out of there. And I don't know if Sark's doing that or not. It didn't appear to me that he was doing that against the Florida team. But, look, Sark's got to help out too. He's got to be the coach. He's the play caller. He's the offensive genius.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to help his young quarterback.
You got to coach him up.
Yeah, well, he's got to design some plays where he can be successful.
It's interesting because, quite frankly, I don't have an issue with the plays that I've seen Sark call. It's they're not executed. And you just look at the Florida game, even ones that didn't involve Arch, the trick play pass, wide open, and it missed. There were a couple other misses. Some of those were offensive line breakdowns and bad communication, whatever the case may be. How good are they? But Texas, with the amount of money that they have spent on that roster, has no excuse.
None.
But I'm not looking at the plays going, man, Sark's really putting him in a bad spot. They all look like plays that he should compete. What I see Arch trying to be perfect on every play. To me, it's above the shoulders at this point. last year when he got into some games, now granted, he got into some games that, against winnable opponents, but it was one read and run. And now he's trying to make the right read, the right pass, everything perfect, and not using his athleticism because he doesn't want to be a one-dimensional type of player as one read and run, but he's trying to be too perfect. It's all mental. I was hoping that the Sam Houston game got it out of his system because, yes, well, I know it's Sam Houston. That is a defense. Those are athletes on the other side, and unlike in practice, they don't know what you're doing. You don't know what they're doing. You have to make the right read and a great throw, and he did that against Sam Houston. And to where we sit right now in his year as a starter and last year getting into some games, his best performance is against Sam Houston. That's not good.
Well, it's not good, and he's been inaccurate. There's no doubt about it. But there were some throws in that game that were pretty damn good.
Yeah,
against Florida.
And receivers have to catch.
Well, the kid's he's got to get better. There's no doubt. But the entire Texas team's got to get better. And it looks like at least quarterback John Mateer for Oklahoma is pushing to play against Texas, and that could add a whole new dimension to that. C.J. Stroud, he seemed to get his feet underneath him last week against Baltimore. What does Indy Kalu think? Well, why don't we ask him, Jason? We can do that because he joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me talk to you about my good friends, though, at Stevens Roofing. Just a great family, and that's really a big part of what you need to know when you're dealing with a company that is going to fix your roof. A good family-owned company, a company that will treat you like family, a company that's been in San Antonio for a long, long time. They've been in business for a long time. They know what they're doing. They got a great reputation. If you need some roof work done, you need to call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Look, winter's coming. It's hot outside right now, that's for sure, but winter is going to come, I think, at some point in time. You want to get your roof ready for that. You want to make sure that it's all buttoned up and that you're ready for whatever Mother Nature has in store for us. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Have them send a team out to your house to get up on your roof and check it out. They're going to do it for free. They're going to charge you a dime to do it. They'll go up there, they'll check it out, they'll make sure that everything is okay, or they'll tell you that something needs to be repaired over there, or that you might want to start thinking about a brand new roof. Either way, you're going to know what you're dealing with as we get ready for the winter weather that is ahead. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar. They're the absolute best. You can't go wrong. 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesome, TIX.com.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6. The Aggies take on the Florida Gators. Presented by Just Pots. Free game at 5 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, the Houston Texans look like they figured some things out against the Baltimore Ravens. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Ryan-Egel. He's Jason Minix. I wonder if that did anything for Indy Kalu's dreams.
Indy Kalu on the Buyers Barricades guest line. I think Joe's asking about the forecast of your dreams.
I'm just dreaming of Super Bowls. I don't know what y'all are talking about over there. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm just dreaming of a Houston Texans Super Bowl.
Well, that hasn't changed in a long time, my friend.
No, it has not.
Of all things, Ryan-Egel.
I was just curious. I don't know. I mean, it's
curious about another man's dreams
lately, but they look pretty good on Sunday.
No, they look like a team that a good team taking advantage of a team that's struggling with injuries. Obviously, look, no one's going to sit up here and act like they beat the Baltimore Ravens. But when you're playing a team that's losing their quarterback, that doesn't have their quarterback, that's missing, 3 Pro Bowl type players on defense, yeah, you're supposed to go out there and beat them. But what I like about it, they beat them like I would expect a good team. Like, who's one of the top teams in the league right now? They beat them like how you would expect the Philadelphia Eagles to have beaten them if they played them. I mean, 44-10.
Philly's,
took their foot off the gas.
Philadelphia lost.
Well, they're still a good team.
I'm just saying. I mean, I know you're going back to your old former teams, but they're coming off a loss.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, every team has lost now in the NFL.
That's
How
right.
about
That is correct. Yeah.
No unbeatens.
Yeah. I mean, really, we were just talking about Arch Manning. It was C.J. Stroud against Sam Houston. And it's weird to say that about Baltimore. As long as you've been around the NFL and you're a defensive guy, how do defenses that were expected to be so good end up being so bad? Is it truly just the new defensive coordinator, and that's the problem?
I mean, you have to point to it because they still have the horses. I mean, Matabuike, they have one of the best safeties in the game. Again, the guys that I'm naming and talking about, they're all hurt right now. They're not playing. But even when early in the season, they were giving up a boatload of points. So, yeah, you look at the scheme. You look at similar to what the Texans are going through on the offensive side. You know, last year they were pretty competent as an offense. They get a new offensive coordinator, and things have gone downhill, and they're just now finally to pick up. So with Baltimore, you know, when they get those, let's not be surprised in 4, 5, 6 weeks. And I'm not a Baltimore fan. If we're sitting up here saying, wow, this Baltimore team's really turned things around on defense and offense, because you need time when you have a new defensive coordinator to kind of learn his system, understand his language, and he needs time to learn how to work with what he has. So, yeah, that could be it, the new coordinator, and obviously the injuries.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you say all that, Indy, because the Ravens, I guess they signed C.J. Gardner-Johnson today to their practice squad, but then they traded away an edge rusher to the San Diego Chargers at the same time. So what does that tell you when teams do that? They add a safety, but they trade away an edge rusher. I don't know. Is that any kind of sign in the locker room?
You know, when you start seeing moves like that, as far as signing C.J. Gardner-Johnson, they need depth. I mean, they signed him to the practice squad. Obviously, the thought is they're going to elevate him to active roster before game time. But you saw how bad they look, so they're reaching right now, similar to Joe Flacco being signed by the Cincinnati Bengals. They're trying any and everything to salvage this season. Now, when you trade away the edge rusher this late in the season, that's where the team starts scratching their head and saying, okay, do the coaches really know what they're doing? Do they really were they really prepared going into this season? Now you're making all of these knee-jerk reactions. So that's the one. As far as signing C.J. Gardner, I think that's more depth with the injuries. But the trade was a little head-scratcher.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of head-scratcher, Texans, they did look good. I mean, C.J. Stroud was, 23 of 27 for 244, 4 touchdowns, no picks. It's pretty damn efficient. He looked good. Running game, on the ground they did total 167. Chubb had 61 yards. Stroud had 30, but still no real update on Joe Mixon. I mean, Nick Caserio gave the biggest word salad you could get on the future of Joe Mixon. Have you heard anything about what the guy's actually dealing with?
We haven't heard anything, and it's funny. I was sitting next to D'Amico at a high school game a couple of weeks ago, and I said, don't ask. You know, I just wanted to make sure I kept our relationship the way it is, and I didn't ask, but I was hoping he was going to offer it up. Look, and I never liked when people start to speculate, but if the team doesn't talk and, like you said, the word salad, and they talk around it and they don't really let you know what's going on, then you have to start speculating. And you know, my guess is something happened that wasn't football related. We do know it's a non-football injury that they're not happy about, and that's why. Look, not only is he not playing, he's not around the team, and that's to me the concerning issue. Like when you have a guy that has the experience that he has, that could be a mentor, to the young players, and he's not even around the team. That's the concern. To me, that's more glaring than him not being on the field.
All right, Indy, I'll ask you this question. As a defensive guy, obviously the Houston defense is pretty good, but your offense had been struggling. When you, as a defensive player, see your quarterback have a game like C.J. Stroud had on Sunday, is that uplifting for the defense?
100%. I mean, I've been through some years where we had a good defense. The offense was struggling. The starting quarterback was hurt. Donovan McNabb, when I was with the Eagles, was hurt for multiple weeks. A.J. Feely and some other guy. I shouldn't say that. He's my teammate, but I forgot his name. But then some other quarterback was was on the team, and we were still excited. We thought to ourselves, okay, we have to, play a certain style if we're going to win these games. But when you do have a starter and a potential star like a C.J. Stroud who was going through a slump start to look like himself, now you feel good about not just playing good defense because you're a prideful player, but playing good defense and knowing that you can win some close games. Look, whenever they play Seattle, and Seattle's not, they're not world beaters, but they're better than the Baltimore Ravens, you're not expecting a 44-10 type score, but you want C.J. Stroud to look like C.J. Stroud so you can have a 21-17 or, 24-28 type of game. And it gives your defense confidence knowing that they can make a mistake and still win the game.
Indy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. With the bye this week, then Seattle, San Francisco, Denver, Jacksonville, the next four. What's the bye week mentality for these guys?
Just rest, get away. Anytime there's a bye week, especially when you've gone, it's still early in the season, but it feels like the Texans have gone through so much because the expectations were so high. Maybe we as a fan base got a little full of ourselves, just assuming that all the Texans have to do is show up and they're going to win the AFC South. And now you look here, and the freaking Colts and the Jags are two of the top teams in the NFL, and the Texans are on the bottom looking up. So I think just get away, get that mental break, and step away from football. Don't think about it for a few days as the players should be doing this. Then come back rejuvenated, looking forward to that grind because let's be real, they put themselves in a hole. And they're going to have to put together 4 or 5 game type win streak if they want to get back into the divisional race.
Indy, it's interesting, and you mentioned the Colts and the Jags. I see a lot of people giving Indianapolis, their flowers, so to speak. Everybody says this is a good team. Nobody's giving the Jags any respect at all. From what I've just heard, they're 4-1. They beat Kansas City last night. I mean, when you look at the Jags, do you think they're a good team? Are they good 4-1? I mean, do they deserve that?
Yeah, I don't know how people would say otherwise. I mean, they beat Kansas City. Their defense is, I believe, leading the league, or they're top 5 in the league when it comes to turnovers. I mean, you have to respect what they're doing. Trevor Lawrence is looking like a good NFL quarterback. I don't want to over-exaggerate it. Their running game's strong. That's a good football team, and they should get all the credit in the world. Does that mean that they're going to win the rest of their games? Absolutely not. But to me now, if you beat the Jags, no matter what team you are, that's a quality win. That goes down as a quality win. But that's a good football team, and luckily for them, sticking with Trevor Lawrence is looking like it's paying off.
Speaking of that game last night, I'm trust you stayed up late. You watched the very end. You saw
that was a hell of a game.
You saw Trevor Lawrence fall down, get back up again, and then run into the end zone. Chris Jones getting hammered this morning on the various talk shows for lack of effort. As a defensive player, what were you thinking when you saw the replay of just no pursuit whatsoever to try to keep that dude out of the end zone?
You know what? When I saw the replay, Jason, I feel bad because I was so focused on Trevor Lawrence, and I remember seeing him get up and he broke a tackle. Like somebody had him wrapped up. Was that Chris Jones?
No. Chris Jones was the guy standing there eating popcorn and having a beer.
Lawrence got stepped on by his center.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it. I didn't even – my focus was solely on Trevor Lawrence, and I remember thinking, man, this dude got up and broke a tackle, which was going to be a sack. And I felt like the defender, had both arms wrapped around him. I was just more impressed with the positive play of Trevor Lawrence. I didn't even notice Chris Jones loafing on that play. Well, and that's a bad look because that's the leader of the team. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that.
Well, and I looked at it, and he's just standing there. I'm wondering, is it possible he thought maybe Lawrence was tackled?
See, that's what I was going to ask y'all. Is that how it looked? But I didn't want to be accused of making an excuse for a fellow defensive player.
I mean, look, in high school and in college, you fall down and you're down.
Right.
And he kind of stopped there. And to your point, you see him wrapped up. You think your teammates got him. But but don't you still run over and pursue just in case?
Okay, now, again, not making an excuse for him, but I've watched Chris Jones' game. I'm a huge Chris Jones fan. I think he's one of the best interior D linemen in the last decade. And part of the reason I like him so much is because of his effort and tenacity. Without seeing it, until I see it, I'm going to have to believe. And this is wrong, too. This is a wrong thought process, but it's not of the loaf. One of the worst things you could be accused of, and when you watch film, is of loafing, not giving it your all. I don't know if people still use that term. But with Chris Jones, I don't think of that. I think he probably thought, and again, I should wait till I see it before I stick my foot in my mouth.
Here's what we're going to – Indy, you went to Rice. You're a smart guy, right? Can you multitask?
Yes.
All right,
absolutely.
Pledge just sent you the video on your phone. So can you can you watch the video and talk to us? I want to hear real-time reaction to Indy Kalu watching this play.
Man, y'all are good. Y'all did that.
It's a professional radio program, my friend.
Y'all are strong, but you're about to be okay. I'm looking at it now, and oh wow. But okay, I'm watching it one more time. So he gets off the ball.
It gets worse the more you watch it.
But did you see that little hesitant, like, oh, he got up. Then he said, man, screw it. Yeah, that's a bad look. That's a bad look.
Now I know he's the star of that defense, but what will they say during film to him? Will they say anything to him?
The coach will watch, because I also know that he's a fiery guy, and he's not going to allow coaches to just say anything to him. They'll probably just say, hey, the play's not over till you hear the whistle. and hope that he doesn't snap.
So he's one of those players. Don't do that again, right?
I mean, at the that's all you're going to say. Or you ask him, hey, Mr. Jones, please go to the whistle. Because he's one of those players, like, the coach has to watch what he says about it. It's not like the player who the other coach hit, because the Arizona Cardinal head coach, I don't know if y'all saw that.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And then he apologized, Indy.
You don't do that to Chris Jones. Like, well, there's going to be an issue if that ever happens.
Okay, well, that's a great question. The Arizona coach apologized to the player. I would have cut the guy right then and there. I mean, I was happy he went up and berated that dude. You don't drop the ball before you get into the end zone.
Okay, so I agree with half of your take. My thought is you cut the guy, but once you put hands on someone, in my opinion, then the whole hierarchy of you're my boss as a coach, that's thrown out the window, especially publicly, because that just bothered me. Like, I would have been okay if he would have cut the guy, if he would have yelled at him, cussed him out, ripped him a new one verbally, and then cut him. I'm like, good for you, coach. That's what you should do, because that was a dumbass play, dropping the ball before you get into the end zone. But once you put hands on someone, everything's out the window. Because
I agree with
that. That's fair.
If the player would have whooped his ass on the sideline, I'd have been like, that's fine. That's what men are supposed to do. Like, if somebody touches you, you whoop that ass or you get your ass whooped. But that's what men are supposed to do. But as the hierarchy goes, I do feel like the coach could have or should have cut him, benched him for the next couple of weeks just to make his point with the team. But trust me, in that locker room, there's about 50 other guys saying, shoot, he better not put his hands on me or he's going to see where I'm from. I represent San Antonio, Ingram Park side of San Antonio. I'm going to show him what I'm all about. Like, there's a bunch of guys in the locker room saying that. And that's just not a good way to get through to your team.
So what you're telling me is, Mr. Marshall Ram, if you were loafing on a play like that and the coach started yelling at you, he would say, Mr. Kalu, don't do that again?
One, I wouldn't loaf, because if you saw my contract, I needed every dollar that I could get. And I was on a week-to-week contract for 12 years, so I wouldn't loaf. True story. I had a coach, Earl Leggett, my defensive line coach in Washington. He called me a wild Injun, INJUN. He's from the Deep South. He said that I played like a wild Indian, and if I didn't calm down, I was going to be digging ditches in Houston. And I said, thanks, coach, and I will get better. And he ended up being one of my favorite coaches after that for the next 3 years. So I don't mind constructive criticism.
I hear you. I have to agree with the hands-on. That shouldn't have happened. But I can imagine how pissed off that coach was. And I mean, that ends the game if he scores there. It's pretty much over. And then, well, we all know what happened after that.
But here's what bothers me about that. Like, again, agree with everything you said, how ticked off the coach was. But I used to always get annoyed when coaches acted like they were more upset than players at a bad play. You know who else was upset? Those other guys that busted their tail for 60 minutes to try to win that game. And I would even say, because I've only heard that the guy is supposedly a good guy, I don't think anybody feels worse than he feels. And apparently after the game, they said he stood up and took every question from the reporters.
Wow.
And took it like a man. So, again, dumbass move. If he would have got cut, I would have been like, I could see that. If he would have got benched, I could see it. But you still don't put your hands on another man.
Well, Indy, real quick, I got to ask you this. I mean, if don't coaches say that? Dude, go run through the end zone, hand them to the ref, or go jump in the stands. I mean,
the fact that this happened the week before in the Colts game.
I know. To me, I cannot. I know kids, right? And they want to do something, but just get in the end zone, do whatever you want.
You shouldn't have to say it, especially to pros. And here's the thing. I remember when it happened like 2 or 3 years ago in college, and it was such a bad look then. I didn't think we would see it again, but we've seen it like 4 or 5 times since then. So I don't even blame a coach for not saying that. Like, you want me to tell a guy who's making over $600,000-$700,000 a year to play football, hey, buddy, don't forget to hold on to the ball until you cross over the line and you actually know that you're in the end zone? Like, no, like he shouldn't have to say that. That everyone, look, now you got me on my soapbox, and I'm.
See,
now I'm gonna sound like the old.
You just said it. You know, to a guy making the NFL minimum, you got to tell him everything. If he were a $3 million running back, he would know better.
No, that's not what I'm saying. If you're in the NFL, if you're in the freaking junior high, if you're playing at Patton F Middle School, you should know to hold on to the ball and make sure you scored a touchdown. And that's not even that cool of a celebration. Like, that's not even like, ooh, did you see that he dropped the ball right when he scored? He's
exactly.
so cool.
At any point did you play running back? Because you were a track star at Marshall.
Oh, I was a beast in middle school now.
I mean,
was a beast.
You know, Pat F. I mean, because I'm trying to think, when did Priest Holmes become the best running back over there and move you to the defensive side?
Well, he's a year ahead of me, so when I got there, he was already – we had a VJ Villarreal. He was a stud running back, and then Anthony, they shipped him from somewhere. We had NIL back then. Like, he wasn't even in the district.
You're letting all the secrets out now. Come on now.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's too late now. It's too late. Yeah, he didn't even live in the neighborhood. They found him somewhere, and they brought him over. And you know what? Even our fullback, one of my best friends, Carlos Reza, the toughest dude you'll ever run into, he wasn't supposed to go to Marshall, but in middle school, I was like, hey, man, we got to figure out a way to get you to Marshall. He was supposed to go to Taft, and we somehow got him to Marshall. See, that's why Marshall's not playing well now. They're trying to do everything by the book. They need to start bringing in kids who aren't supposed to be going to that school. Then maybe they'll start winning some games.
Sounds like Andy Kalu wants to get into the consulting business.
I think it's a good idea
for his alumni.
Yeah.
I'll do it for free.
Yeah. You don't do anything for free except this show.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And we appreciate that, Indy.
Exactly.
I would pay to do this.
Before we let you go, man, Rice, UTSA, this Saturday. It's UTSA's homecoming game.
Wow. When a losing program like UTSA schedules you for their homecoming game, that's not a good sign. You know what? I'm calling for the upset. We have a new coach over there, a new offensive system. Yeah, I'm calling for the Rice War Owls, not just Owls, but War Owls to upset the Roadrunners.
Wow.
Is it Roadrunners?
Roadrunners, yeah.
No, it's Roadrunners. What are you stealing from Auburn now? Instead of War Eagle, War Owl? And you think that sounds tough?
Oh, we've always been the War Owls.
There's nothing about owl that sounds tough. I mean,
it's like Hawaii and the Rainbow Warriors. Come on.
No, when you put war in front of it, it sounds tough.
They taught you that at Rice, did they?
You know what? Rainbow Warriors, that has to be the worst.
That has to
be. And I don't judge anybody, but I'm not.
Dude, well, my niece was going to Hawaii, and she would text "Go Bows." You're like, what the hell?
Go Bows.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
Rainbow Warriors. That sounds like you're out there fighting for rights of certain people.
Yes, it does. Oh. Well done as always, sir.
I'm going to stop there because I do have a cousin who pitches for that team. And I like her. I don't want her to get upset with me.
Sweet dreams, indeed.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams.
Yeah. Continue with the forecast. Keep Joe updated. Let them know if they're
thinking
showers.
about that definitely kills my dream. There's no fight.
Appreciate you, Indy. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, y'all keep up the good work.
Indy
Oh, my goodness. That dude,
Buyers
something
Barricades
else.
guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Dude, we got more stuff to give away. I know we're running late, but we got to give some tickets away to the Barbacoa and Big Red Festival. If you don't win them, you can go to barbacoabigredfestival.com and buy them there. But if you want to pair for free, you can win them right now. If you're caller number 9, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN, caller number 9. You win. Good luck.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. License number 149, whether you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at HEB.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports. You
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm a plumber and needed to get work in the door.
So business was going down the drain?
Yeah, I went to Staples. They printed yard signs, business cards, even flyers to leave at supply stores.
But at what cost, man?
Well, I saved $125 on my order, and now I'm booked solid. Boom!
Back at ya. For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Joel, don't you just love Halloween?
It's okay, but I do like your troll costume.
I'm not wearing a costume.
Folks, if your home's AC starts making those witching sounds or the pipes in your wall start moaning and clanging like ghosts having a party, call Quarter Moon at 651-5899 and we'll send our team of highly trained
Ghostbusters!
I was gonna say technicians.
I ain't afraid of no clogs.
Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, 651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Spurs opened up the preseason with an exhibition game against Guangzhou Long Lions. They won 119-88. Wemby with 9 points, 10 boards, 7 assists, and 3 blocks in that win. Keldon Johnson, Luke Cornett, and Julian Champagny each had 16 to lead San Antonio. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones fined $250,000 for that middle finger salute after the Cowboys beat the Jets. It's being reported he plans to appeal.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hope everybody's doing well on this Tuesday afternoon. We certainly are here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And Jason, on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, we have a poll there.
We have a poll.
We do have a poll, and it's a very simple poll because Jerry Jones claims that, well, he was trying to do a thumbs up and not a birds up.
So the poll question, do you ever get your thumb and middle finger mixed up when trying to give a thumbs up? Now, I know every Aggie will say, well, no. But Jerry, this morning on 105.3 The Fan, tried to explain what was going on.
You know, that was unfortunate. That was a kind of a exchange with our fans out in front of us. There was a swarm of Cowboy fans out in front. Not Jet fans, Cowboy fans.
Mm-hmm. Cowboy
and
fans.
The entire stadium was brimming with the enthusiasm of Cowboys, and certainly late in the game. And that was inadvertent on my part because that was right after we'd made our last touchdown, and we were all excited about. There wasn't any antagonistic issue or anything like that. I just put up the wrong show on the hand, but that was inadvertently done. And I'm not kidding. It was, if you want to call it accidental, you can call it accidental, but it got straightened around pretty quick. I've had a chance to look at it. It got straightened around pretty quick, but the intention was thumbs up and then basically pointing at our fans because everybody was jumping up and down excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know, Jerry. That is a stretch.
You know,
I know he's a hell of a salesman and all, but that's a stretch.
Nobody's buying that. And I'm wondering if he had already heard from the league that they were going to fine him for the gesture, because last year, Jerry Richardson from isn't that Jerry from Carolina? Isn't that his name, or is it Tepper? Tepper. Jerry used to be.
Jerry used to be. It's
used to be. It's
now,
Tepper now. Tepper got fined what, $300,000 when he threw the drink towards a Jacksonville fan. Bud Adams also did a middle finger salute one time and got fined about $250, right?
And that was a lot of money back then.
I just wish Jerry would say, dude, I'm 82 years old. That guy was talking crap all day, and I said, welcome to New York.
Yeah.
All right?
I wish he would have said that, too.
I mean, yeah, it's, nobody, and I don't care if you're worth $20 billion or not, you don't want to lose $250,000 on a fine. But that was worth it to him.
Well, of course
He's
it was.
82. He's at the age where he can say what he wants.
I don't care how Jerry, age has never been an issue for Jerry saying what he wants. But
as you get older, you get to a point where, you're old enough, people as they get older, man, they just lose their filter because they don't give a damn anymore.
That's exactly right. What are you going to do?
I mean, you're getting there. Yeah.
Dude, I'm there.
You're still filtered to a degree.
Well, to a degree, yeah. But, if you're Jerry Jones, you're a billionaire, you don't give a damn. So, I wish you would have just said that, too. That Jets fan was being a donkey, and I just decided to give him the one-finger salute twice.
I really wish he would have just said that. Yep. I got confused. Really?
I don't know, man.
You think when he told that to Roger, whoever the NFL middle finger police are that called him and said, now, Jerry, there's video of you. No, that was thumbs up.
Yeah, I was trying to do a thumbs up.
Oh, wait, no, well, that was the wrong finger slipped out there. I don't know what happened, boss.
Well, I think if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm making a phone call to Roger Goodell and say, I could get you fired, Mr. Goodell.
Well, that's Daddy.
Yeah, it's exactly. And that's what Roger would say. Okay, Daddy, we'll take that thing off.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Jerry's the commissioner of the NFL. He can do whatever he wants.
I have the privilege and the opportunity to run the NFL.
And I'm going to appeal the fine and make it go away.
I would not be surprised if that fine goes away.
Admittedly, I didn't know an NFL owner could appeal a fine.
Well, apparently they can because he's going to do it. Or maybe they can't, and he's just Jerry, and he can.
I have all the authority in the world.
You see,
to flip you off.
Exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I really thought he was a badass. I'm like, dude, that's fantastic. Screw those Jets fans. Flip them off. That's good. And then he's trying to make, something else like it was a mistake.
To be thumbs up.
Dude. I know.
You think I'm an idiot?
We don't talk politics here for a reason, but I just when Trevor Lawrence fell down last night, did that not remind you of Joe Biden going up the stairs to the airplane? I was like, man,
somebody stepped on him.
I'm just saying, it was like he fell twice. I was just saying that as soon as I saw that last night.
You walking out of Nobu? What are you talking about?
Well, but I had a reason to be stumbling around. Yeah, that was I don't know. Anyway, I thought of that. It was just a flashback. He looked like Joe Biden.
You're the only one that thought that.
I doubt it very seriously, but that's all right. That's okay. Golly, that clock is just flying by, isn't it?
Which
Dude,
one?
The clock. We just started that segment. I guess we were a little late, though.
Yeah, we were way late when we started, thanks to Indy Kalu.
That's okay. Hey, we got more stuff to give away. Should we do that now?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm thinking so. How about a pair of tickets to go see Robin Trower, October 17th, live at the Aztec Theater? If you'd like to go, I don't know, you can be caller number what, Minix?
2.
Caller number 2, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN, October 17th at the Aztec Theater. Tickets are also available online at livenation.com, or you can listen here all week because we got more of those tickets to give away. Pair of tickets to go see Robin Trower, October 17th, live at the Aztec Theater. Let me talk to you about my Kinetico Quality Water Softener. Love that thing. There are some things you put in your house and, well, you just like them better than some other things. Well, this one is amazing. I love my Kinetico Quality Water Softener. It is fantastic. The showers feel great. Clothes feel great when they come out of the washing machine. Dishes are cleaner out of the dishwasher. It's just an amazing product. It really is. And it's head and shoulders above anything else I've ever had. I guarantee you it is. And I was skeptical. I was skeptical. So, look, You got to love these things. They've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. They're made in America. They don't run on electricity. I love that. You don't ever plug this thing in, but it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And again, when you buy a Connecticut quality water softener, they're going to give you for free a reverse osmosis drinking station. The good thing about that is, and I've got one at my house right there by the kitchen sink. They installed it. It's like having bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. It is fantastic. Also going to give you $400 trade-in off your old water softener and free money. 0% interest for 12 months. 0% interest for 12 months. It is a fantastic deal for a fantastic product. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country. The numbers to call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys are in Charlotte taking on the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium. Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
The UTSA Roadrunners open American Conference play Saturday night against the Rice Owls in the Alamo Dome. It's homecoming. It's UTSA's annual Hispanic Heritage Game. Tickets on sale starting at $24 at GoUTSA.com or call 210-458-8872. UTSA versus Rice presented by HEB. Kickoff 6:30. Upon exit, fans will receive Taco Cabana UTSA Football 15th Season Cups. Get your tickets now at GoUTSA.com because when we win, San Antonio wins.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TSAOG 141074E M16004.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over those beautiful icy balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu that's second to none. And Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads, oh, they're coming out hot. Close out your night with our favorite flatbreads. They're available during the late night hours, Sunday through Thursday for only $8. That's only from your favorite lodge, Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and oh, those scenic views.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So my sandwich shop was opening in a week, and I needed signage.
A week is plenty of time to panic.
I went to Staples. They printed banners, posters, and flyers to promote my grand opening.
All in time for your grand closing.
Nope, I had it same day. I even got $125 off my order.
Hold the onions. For all your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. In-store and online, same day if ordered by 12 p.m. Into 11/1, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Right now, receive up to a $25 O'Reilly gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medi-Share. That's right.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what was your experience like with Medi-Share and your healthcare bills?
You know what? It was seamless. And that's such a blessing when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems. And let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in and it's just what you need, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. People love Medi-Share and saving tons of money. The typical family, I'm fond of saying, could save $500 a month.
I am so thankful for Medi-Share. It's so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way, Brant.
It is a good different. Call right now. They're so easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a hump day on the Morning Huddle. Let's start looking forward to football weekend. We've got football tonight, even in the college ranks. We'll talk about that and preview the big games this Saturday.
Big presser today is LeBron leaving the league. We're going to talk about one of the greatest that ever played, whether he's coming back or not.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Former NFL great Sean Merriman is going to join us in about 15 minutes. Looking forward to talking to Sean about all things NFL from a player's perspective, having two former NFL players on. Indy Kalu joined us earlier here on the Blitz, a 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and you think Rob's disappointed today? More than I am.
No. You were going to be angry no matter what.
No, I was going to be really happy if he announced his retirement.
No, you would have been angry about something, unless, it would have been the first father-son retirement tour together.
That would have been nice,
I mean,
yeah.
We haven't seen that.
That would have been Christmas.
Ronnie has earned that.
But, so, a little insight. Those next day promos, they record that at 10 at the end of their show, just like we record ours, what's coming up the next day. Right? They were expecting the announcement, and clearly Rob was thinking it wasn't going to be what it turned out to be.
Well, everyone's on pins and needles across the country. You ready to go, LeBron? Where's the powder?
Left it at home.
LeBron, fans want to know where you're taking your talents this year. What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is tough. In this fall, I'm going to be taking my talents to Hennessy VSOP.
VSOP? And this was the conclusion you woke up with this morning?
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Why?
I feel like it's going to give me the best opportunity to win more at hosting. And not only that, win at signature cocktails, win at having a good time, win at impressing guests, win at making memories, win at making it look easy, win at leaving people wanting more.
LeBron, appreciate it.
I don't appreciate it.
That was a bad Jim Gray impersonation, too, by the way.
Dude, that's awful. I woke up this morning and decided after I signed the contract for $1 bazillion from Hennessy. What a donkey. Dude. Yeah. Seriously. I mean, that was about as dumb as anything I've ever seen.
I think he's a bum.
The decision to the marketing genius behind it. Now, granted, a lot of buzz, a lot of speculation, and it falls flat. I mean, the whole idea that it would be something for Amazon Prime with Prime Day starting, that speculation ran wild. That's what I thought it was going to be. Never did think it was a retirement or I'm done with the Lakers. I knew it was some sort of BS, but even that, and it's royally getting hammered. Royally getting hammered.
It should. I mean, come on. The first one was good. He's going to Miami. You didn't know where he was going. This one, he's near retirement. You're thinking it's that. And then he pulls this crap.
Rob, and we're going to celebrate a great one's career after his announcement that he's drinking Hennessy.
Exactly. Maybe they'll have some Hennessy in the morning for those guys. And LeBron's a pain in his own ass. You
literally.
See this? Expecting to miss the preseason because he's dealing with nerve irritation in the glute.
What?
That is a literal pain in the ass. Already.
Well, he is getting up there.
Missing games because of injury. I tell you what, that guy. That really, honestly, and I don't know how anybody else feels about it. That was the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen.
Look. He's getting paid. It's an ad campaign. It's what it is. It's exactly what it is. It's getting hammered. I don't know how much Hennessy is going to get sold today because of this ad campaign. And there's a whole lot of people on Twitter that don't drink Hennessy saying they will not buy Hennessy now. Well, you weren't buying it before. But how many people, because, LeBron said, drink Hennessy, will go get LeBron's drink. I'm wondering how vast of a campaign this is going to end up being. Like you walk into a liquor store and there's, LeBron in a cutout. Are we still on?
Are we not?
I don't know.
What happened?
Everything. Well, did you not see all the lights just
I didn't
go out?
No.
All right.
Maybe is that in your head?
Maybe.
Too much Hennessy?
I don't know. You didn't get a pop in the ear?
No.
Oh, all right.
Dude, are you all right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, it did?
Are you okay, sir?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Pay attention, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
I mean, look, Pledge's TV went out.
Oh, wow.
Well,
how about that? Well, I mean, you see, we're good.
We're good.
To Jacob Barrett.
All right.
That's what he says.
Just
on
checking.
YouTube, anyway.
My ear might not be.
Now, in all sincerity, Hennessy is not something you're going to go out and, slam at the Roo Pub all night, right? I mean, that's like a schwanky kind of, little finger up, schwanky after dinner drink. You know what I mean?
What do you mean, little finger up?
Well, when you take a drink and it's a schwanky drink, your finger.
Well, unless you're Jerry and you confuse fingers.
Well, you could do that, sure. But I don't know that. I think it's just like rich people after dinner kind of drink, isn't it? It's a cognac.
LeBron is rich.
Well, he's extremely rich.
Yes,
but he's got to sell that to other rich people. Or do normal, regular folks buy Hennessy? I don't know.
If LeBron says they will, although Gilbert says he's got a buddy who will buy it just because of the commercial.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, dude. Gilbert, you need new friends, buddy.
Good Lord. Joe Flacco is now the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals.
How about that?
His only win as a Brown was against the Packers. And his first game as a Bengal is against the Packers. He might get killed in this game.
I don't think he's going to play. Do you think he's going to play in this game?
They didn't trade him to sit him on the bench?
Maybe. I don't know. He's just getting in there. I guess he'll play. But, yeah, Cincinnati's offensive line is awful. And they got the Packers coming in with two pretty good pass rushers, one on either end. Yeah, Flacco might get he might be the end of Flacco. He might get broken in half.
It is. Of all the quarterbacks to trade for, if you're Cincinnati and Jake has been a disaster, what options they have? Saw reports that they didn't even contact the Giants about Russ or Jameis Winston. You went with a statue. You can't protect anybody.
Well, nobody's going to go after Russ.
Why not? At least he's mobile-ish.
Please, he's got film this year already.
Have you seen Joe Flacco's film this year? He was a disaster in Cleveland and lost his job to Dylan Gabriel.
Well, that's true, and Gabriel looked pretty good.
And you know who didn't? Was Joe Flacco.
Does Cleveland even play this week, or they have a bye?
No, they've got. Don't they have Green Bay?
I think they were in England last Sunday. I'm not sure if they might have a bye this week. So that gives Flacco some time to get in, if that's the case.
October 12th. Wait, hold on. I looked at Cleveland, not Cincinnati. Hang on.
Oh, that's right. It was Cleveland.
Yeah.
It was so Cincinnati wasn't there. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
October 12th, 3:25 in the afternoon, Cincinnati at Green Bay.
Wow. See, they've got that in the afternoon window, thinking if Joe Burrow was there, it would be a good game.
Yeah, that would have been a good game.
Yeah.
And now you get Joe Flacco. And the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, Cincinnati, when Burrow went out, they were screwed. I mean, let's face it, right? He's done. So, I don't know. What we got Shedeur Sanders here talking about the trade of Joe Flacco. Do you have that pledge? I think we need to hear from Shedeur.
What did you think about the news today about Joe Flacco getting traded to Cincinnati?
Oh, Joe Flacco getting traded, he was definitely somebody I leaned on for wisdom, and I feel like he helped me a lot. He helped me a lot while my time being here in Cleveland and his time being here in Cleveland. So now, everybody has their own destinies and have their own plans they have in life. So I'm just happy for him.
Have you talked to him yet?
Yeah, I seen him in the facility. I seen him.
Before or after the news?
After, for sure. Yeah, and then he told me, I'm like, dang, that happened quick. Like, that was crazy.
Wow. Well, there you go. Well, now, instead of being the third stringer, Shedeur, you're second string.
Well, and you know what's weird about all that? Shedeur is doing this interview like at a car dealership. Like, was he doing an appearance, making some NIL money? You know, the other day when he was miming in the locker room, I'm thinking, why are they making this quarterback even available to the media?
Exactly.
But this was at an event.
Yeah, he is at a car dealership.
I mean, it is Tuesday. It's player day off.
Yeah, that's right. You got to make some money somewhere.
Well, he's got the
I guess so.
Logo on the hoodie.
We're going to talk some more NFL coming up with a former NFL great, Sean Merriman. He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, if you're tired, just not motivated, you think something is off, it's not just signs of aging. It's your energy slipping away. It could be low testosterone, and it doesn't have to be that way. Go get checked at Synergenics and Low T Center and figure out if testosterone replacement therapy is the solution for you. You get tested. The test is free. Synergenics and Low T Center are the original MVPs of TRT because they use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone to increase your testosterone to a level that is right for you. Other clinics may compound their testosterone, so you don't even know what you're getting. They are the only providers that accept most major insurances, and other clinics and online services charge you sky-high prices for testing, labs, and memberships. It goes on. Synergenics and Low T Center make it affordable and easy for you to start and stay on treatment. They got clinics all around San Antonio, and after you go into the clinic and get tested, you then have, if you need it, the option. Receive at-home treatment or go into the clinic. And if you're a lady, they have a long history of helping women find their hormonal balance. The best you is waiting. Take action and change your life today. And for a limited time, visit any Synergenics or Low T Center for a free hormone consultation and free T-test and be automatically entered for a chance to win either autographed sports memorabilia or even tickets to a big game. Synergenics and Low T Center. They are getting you on top of your game, a TRT MVP. Get in today and get your health back. Imagine how much better you're going to feel. Book your appointment now, trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Joel, don't you just love Halloween?
It's okay, but I do like your troll costume.
I'm not wearing a costume.
Folks, if your home's AC starts making those witching sounds or the pipes in your wall start moaning and clanging like ghosts having a party, call Quarter Moon at 651-5899 and we'll send our team of highly trained
Ghostbusters!
I was gonna say technicians.
I ain't afraid of no clogs.
Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, 651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Your fantasy roster is set, the Smack Talk is heating up, and this season ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sportsbook for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
At Frost, we believe in going the extra mile, like opening more locations to be a part of more communities. Overdraft grace, which means no fee if you overdraw your Frost Personal or Frost Plus account by $100 or less. And the little things like cookies, coffee, or that time when there was a fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost Bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6, the Aggies take on the Florida Gators. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday out there. Thank you so much for stopping by, spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And always love talking football with one of the all-time greats. And Sean Merriman, lights out, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Sean, how's your Tuesday?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Doing fantastic,
good.
Man. You know, we're down here in Cowboy Country, and every year when we see you, like on Super Bowl Radio Row, the conversation always steers towards the Cowboys. But, man, when you're watching Dallas play in that defense, and I know they just got a big one over the Jets, but honestly, how does Eberflus fix that Cowboys defense?
You know, it just seems like the mentality of what needs to change, and sometimes that comes from a coach and how he coached and his attitude. Right, everything's a trickle down effect. I played for some coaches that were great coaches, mind wise and scheme wise, but they wasn't aggressive, and they wasn't instilling a certain kind of mindset and attitude against it. It's not like they don't have the talent. They got some guys out there. It's not like they don't. It's just that it seems like they're playing soft. And I don't know if that's a mentality that's kind of trickle down from the D coordinator on down, and that's something you got to worry about.
Sean, well, that brings up a question because a lot of Cowboy fans, obviously upset about the Micah Parsons trade and saying that might have something to do with it. As a player, if you lost a star to either injury or trade or whatever, does that affect the locker room and the attitude of the defense?
Well, not the attitude, but you definitely miss his presence. I'll tell you, for example, back when I was playing, it was certain offensive coordinators, offensive line coaches will come up to me before the game and say that they wouldn't run certain things because I was on the field. Like they were terrified of running counters because I would probably beat that pulling guard and make the play in the backfield because of I was on the field. So they wouldn't even run a counter. And so when you got Michael Parsons on the field, there's certain things you got to account for that you're just not going. Like you almost scrap it out of your playbook. So you got that part gone already. I don't think it has a effect, like a lingering effect towards the attitude of the team. I think that comes from, just mentality. And I've seen that with Jim Harbaugh, and I've seen it from Brandon Staley leaving. And I saw the regime change in how the guys played the game. Not the talent, but just how they approached the game.
Sean Merriman joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Think about the high level of linebacker you were when you watch the Cowboys and you see Jack Sanborn, who looks like he's maybe just a step faster than I am, or Ken Murray. I mean, do you look at any of these guys and think, yeah, there's some offensive coordinator that won't call a play because those two are there?
No. It's funny because every team, every defense have deficiencies. Even the best ones got weaknesses. And so when you got players who can play, you got to figure out ways to start covering up the guys who aren't extraordinary, right? They aren't big playmakers, and disguising the certain schemes and blitzes and bringing up guys up to the A-gaps and dropping them back in coverage. You have to cover up for the things that you lack, and that's what I see that they're not doing. They don't have enough across the board. Those two guys you just named, they got a couple guys on the field that can go out that can take over a game. But you got some maybe shouldn't be on the field, to be quite honest. Like, they shouldn't be out there. But if that's the case, okay, where are we weak at? If we're weak in the running game, well, we got to bring more linebackers up in the gaps and blitz and maybe drop a safety down in the box and start covering across the middle. So you got to get creative when you don't have all your horses, and that is the biggest problem I see with them right now.
Sean, I got to ask you about just the state of the NFL. We got no more undefeated teams in the league. They all got beat this week. But is there one team that you see that is better than everybody else, or are they all pretty much the same at this point in time?
You know what? Everybody gets so excited, and I saw that some of these, on social media, they got by week 3. These are the 3-4 undefeated teams, and then now you got no undefeated teams. And so the high hopes always happen, like, these guys are undefeated, they can go out and win a Super Bowl. It's so early. People don't understand how long a football season is, man. Like, look at the Chargers. My poor Chargers, man, are going through it right now. They got, both running backs down, both left tackles down, Khalil Mack out. I mean, it's just nonstop of guys just dropping like flies. And we just finished up, the 4th, 5th game of the season. So if you're looking at it, what is a team going to look like week 8, week 9, week 10? It could be a completely different team to start it off early on. I mean, somebody like the Chiefs, and I know they just lost against Jacksonville. Hell, they can hit a hot streak week 8, and they can go out and start winning out and get themselves back into contention. And so I think that we all just make such a big deal about the first quarter of the season, and it's exciting for the fan base and organizations. Look at us, we're 3-1. Look at us, we're 4-1. Look at us, we're 5-1. Man, you get a couple of your key guys going down, that by week 10, you could be a completely different team.
Well, as you say that, I mean, the Chiefs are now 2-3. You look at a Baltimore Ravens team, they're 1-4. A lot of people thought Baltimore might have a chance this year to go play in the Super Bowl. Is it too early for those two teams specifically to panic?
Well, yes, man. No, it's too early to the point where their season's not done, and so the fans and everybody around need to understand, like, all you do is need to put yourself in the shot of getting into the playoffs. That's what you need to do. Not Super Bowl, not go undefeated, not be a dominant team. sometimes the teams that start hitting hot streaks, going into the playoffs, those are the scariest ones. And I don't care what they look like during the regular season. They can look god-awful. And they get in the playoffs, and they squeeze themselves in there. They barely get in as that wild card or something, and probably shouldn't even be there. And those are the ones you got to worry about the most. So, the whole point of it is not to look at yourself as, oh, this team is going to Super Bowl. How can we get into the playoffs? Because that's the only way you're going to give yourself a shot.
Well, I tell you, there's a lot of examples of that, right? I mean, Kansas City's one, the New York Giants are another, and many that just got hot at the right time and went on to win the whole thing. Sean, you brought up the Chargers, and what do they have to do? I mean, how do you get through a rough spot and a patch the way they're going through right now? You've got the quarterback, I think you've got the coach, and there's a lot of talent on that team, but, man, they are dealing with a lot of injuries.
I was joking with some friends and family the other day. I said, I'm going to go buy all the sage I possibly can and going to wave it around the locker room because it seems like that's the only thing right now. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. I mean, you got Rashawn Slater who goes down, who's probably the top 3 tackle in the NFL. He goes down for the season. Then you move Joe Alt to the left. Now he goes down with a high ankle sprain. He's out for several weeks. And it's like, both your running backs down. Najee Harris, who hasn't been injured his entire career, goes down for the season. Now Marion is down for at least 4 weeks. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that. And I know that people joke around about it being cursed, but, man, you got to think, is there really like some sort of curse that's happening because we've never seen anything like this happen before?
Well, the good news is you get the Dolphins this week.
Well, that's about the only good thing that's happening right now for the Chargers and the way the Dolphins playing. And speaking of the Dolphins, Mike McDaniels, this might be it. I think he doesn't make it through the season. I think that whoever the interim coach, they're already looking at interim coaches in there, and they're already probably towards the end of this year start looking to a new head coach come. I don't see Mike McDaniels making it through the season.
I'm surprised they didn't fire him after they blew that game last week to Carolina. My goodness. Blow a 17-point lead, and he's still employed somehow, some way.
Yeah, I mean, look, as bad as he's coaching right now, as bad as the team is, it's not easy finding good quality head coaches, and you never know if the next one you're bringing in there is just not like they're walking on the street and you got your pick of the litter. So I believe that he got another week or so in him, especially if the Chargers who are not healthy right now and not as playing as well right now, if they go and handle business, if that happens, then I think he's out of there. I just don't see a reason that you can do even worse, right? You got Tyreek down for the year, you got players banged up, and now you have a head coach who really can't lead the team. I don't see him making it past the next few weeks.
San Diego Charger legend Sean Merriman with us here on the Blitz. Now, Sean, I think about the Pro Bowls that you had. Led the league in sacks one year. Nobody ever questioned your motor. And up until last night, I don't think anybody's questioned the motor of Chris Jones. But on that game-winning touchdown that you saw Trevor Lawrence score last night, he falls down, and he gets back up again, and he runs in. And Chris Jones is just standing there like he's having popcorn and a beer. In the locker room, now he's a team leader. What do his teammates say to him?
So I don't know if you guys caught Drew Tranquill was getting on him. They got into it a little bit. I don't know if it was in practice or some point in time, maybe in the game. Drew Tranquill said something to Chris Jones, and you need more of that. And I was fortunate where I played with LaDainian Thompson and Phillip Rivers, Lorenzo Neal, and all these guys. That ain't happening. The players are good. The good teams, the players fix everything. A coach does not even have to point that out into a meeting room. You're going to have a couple of those linebackers, a couple of those offensive linemen, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, pull him to the side and say, this cannot happen again. You are our leader. You are somebody that everyone on this team looks up to, and this is the effort you give. So the play on the great teams that I played on, we've always handled everything internally before it even got to a coach.
So, Sean, it wouldn't matter how big of a star that player is. You'd say something to him, wouldn't you?
All of us will. I mean, or we come in fisticuffs. I mean, that's just, it has to be one of those situations because they can easily just throw their season away by that kind of effort. Because this what happens, a lot of the young guys, if you see Chris Jones do this, then you thinking like, okay, that's fine for me to do it too. If you're not saying nothing to him, why can't I do it? And then you start to establish this attitude in the locker room that becomes very contagious, very contagious. So they need to really, get together. I'm sure that film room was fun today, right? That film room was fun today. And if the guys didn't actually size each other up and there wasn't some kind of physical altercation, I'd be surprised because, he's a guy that is, when him and before Aaron Donald left, you put them up there neck and neck. With how dominant they are, and you go out and see that effort with us having a season like we're having right now, we need you the most. No, that has to be handled immediately.
And again, I'm curious, Sean, what would piss you off more? Chris Jones kind of loafing on a play like that, or a running back running for an easy touchdown that would have sealed the win, and he celebrated early, dropped the ball in, and instead of a touchdown, it's a touchback for the other team?
Believe it or not, I would take the drop, the touchback before I would have Chris Jones, because I would look at something, a guy just being a bonehead in a dumb situation that probably won't happen again in his life. The way I think it was the offensive coordinator went over there and kind of pushed him and got up in his face. You can fix that. You can't fix effort. If a guy is willingly just giving up on a play and that was a game-winning touchdown, and you see him walking and he could have stopped Trevor Lawrence from diving in the end zone like he did, You can't fix that. That is a effort attitude play that you can't fix unless that guy fixes it.
That's crazy. Sean Merriman here on the Blitz. You mentioned sizing people up in the locker room. Maybe that's what was the inspiration, for Lights Out Extreme Fighting. I can't believe you're already at Lights Out 28.
Wow.
I think when we first started talking to you about this, it was the first one, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, and I got grades now, man. I think that was a big part of it. It's been great, man. Not too often you get a chance to retire and kind of, I've always been in the combat sports, but now kind of running an operation like we have at Lights Out, watching our growth. We got several streaming partners. It's on Lights Out Sports TV. Make sure you guys download Lights Out Sports TV. Tons of free live sports. And we got about 20 brand new documentaries that's coming. Sports documentaries is coming over the next I think about 20 days. That's going to blow people's socks off. It's really cool. And I wanted to create something there, not only to have our fights, but also to have a ton of free live sports. We got about another 30 channels coming in within a 60 to 90 day period. So we're really cranking. So if you guys got any smart TV, iOS or Android out there, make sure you download Lights Out Sports TV. November 1st, we got our big fight. We already got, 2 guys that the UFC is looking at on this card November 1st, Saturday, November 1st. Make sure you guys download Lights Out Sports TV and watch Lights Out 28.
So Dreg Flores and Alex Carrillo are it looks like the headliners for this one on November 1st on Lights Out Sports TV. You said that the UFC is looking at, Sean. Is that is your group here, is that a kind of a stepping stone to get up to that point? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, we've had 3 fighters in the last 2 months that's either fought in Dana White's Contender Series or the UFC. Santiago Luna, John Paul. We just had Chris Alvidrez. They just won Dana White Contender Series last Tuesday from us. It seems like every fight that we have, Tyrell Fortune, who's our heavyweight right now, he might have one more fight for us if he doesn't get called up to UFC. So we love that, right? Because we understand that UFC is the NFL of combat sports when it talks MMA, but there's a different thing that we can offer as far as technology and these shoulder programming, these profiles of these fighters before they get big. Like, man, how many people would have loved to watch Conor before he became Conor McGregor in the UFC? I mean, Ronda Rousey and John Jones. We want to grow to the next up-and-coming superstars of the sport, and we feel like we got them.
Definitely. Again, November 1st, Lights Out Extreme Fighting on Twitter, lightsoutxf.com. Download the app, watch the fights. Sean Merriman, 3-time Pro Bowler. Always fun talking football with you, my friend, and fights.
You got it, brother. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff. Sean Merriman on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
He's always cool because you can talk about anything with Sean Merriman, anything around the NFL. And I'm glad we got a chance to talk to a couple of defensive guys about Chris Jones And Sean seemed a little pissed off about it.
Well, and again, he would rather have the guy drop the ball going in than a teammate not giving maximum effort on a play.
Well, I agree, but they're both pretty dumb when it comes to that. But, I mean, you don't expect it from a Chris Jones.
No, and again, a young running back. And the fact that we've seen a play like that 2 weeks in a row. And I think about every time I see that play, I have a flashback to doing an old U.S. Army All-American Bowl. And, some high school wide receiver, his name was Deshaun Jackson, tried to do a backflip from the 5-yard line. And he landed at the 2.
Yes.
Right? I wish I still had my call of that.
Dude, I was there for that game. I saw that game, too.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And it was just like, what in the world are you doing?
I've never seen that since.
No, I haven't. Unfortunately, we've seen 2 of the drop balls before you cross the goal line incidences back-to-back in this young NFL season, and it's got to stop.
I can't imagine that every coach didn't show what happened to the Colts, like, don't be this guy.
Don't do it.
Or do you think they didn't because, well, everybody watches SportsCenter, and you don't want to be that guy?
No.
And then we had that guy.
Well, it is what it is, I guess. And Sean Merriman's probably right. That dude will never do that again, ever.
No.
In his entire life.
No.
Jason, I feel like we're Santa Claus today, man.
What?
We're Santa Claus. We got so much stuff to give away.
What are we giving away now?
Well, we're going to give away a pair of tickets to go see Crazy Train, America's Ozzy tribute at the Aztec Theater. This is Saturday, May the 9th. Tickets are available online at livenation.com, or you can listen all week for your chance to win. But if you want to go to that and pair of tickets right now, absolutely free, because we're giving them to you to go see Crazy Train. Just be caller number
14
at 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN, caller 14. Good luck, everybody.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
6 for 6, and the Aggies have the lead.
Your home for Aggies football. KTFM Floresville.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medi-Share. That's right.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what was your experience like with Medi-Share and your healthcare bills?
You know what? It was seamless, and that's such a blessing when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems, and let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in and it's just what you need, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. People love Medi-Share and saving tons of money. The typical family, I'm fond of saying, could save $500 a month.
I am so thankful for Medi-Share. It's so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way, Brant.
It is a good different. Call right now. They're so easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need
Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
The UTSA Roadrunners open American Conference play Saturday night against the Rice Owls in the Alamo Dome. It's homecoming. It's UTSA's annual Hispanic Heritage Game. Tickets on sale starting at $24 at GoUTSA.com or call 210-458-8872. UTSA versus Rice presented by HEB. Kickoff 6:30. Upon exit, fans will receive Taco Cabana UTSA Football 15th Season Cups. Get your tickets now at GoUTSA.com because when we win, San Antonio wins.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Houston Texans general manager Nick Caserio updated running back Joe Mixon's status. He's on the non-football injury list. He hasn't played this season. Caserio said he's making progress, and they'll have a better idea of which way they will go with him over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer is reportedly pushing to play this Saturday when the Sooners take on the Texas Longhorns. Mateer underwent surgery on his hand September 23rd after their win over Auburn.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Tuesday, I hope it's a good one for everybody out there listening. We appreciate you taking some time to stop by here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And if you get off work 5 o'clock, you're very happy because your Tuesday's over. It's hump day for you. It's hump day for you. That's right. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. We're having a good Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Been a great Tuesday.
Yeah. You know, about this time yesterday, you told a great story on the San Antonio, a great story here, and there's now a poll question on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel because 2 plus 2 is 4.
Sure,
right?
I think so.
Well, Jerry Jones was flipping off fans at the Jets game, and Jerry has been fined $250,000 for that. He may or may not appeal it, right? But he says on 105.3 The Fan, it was the wrong finger. It was supposed to be a thumbs up.
You know, that was unfortunate. That was a kind of
exchange with our fans out in front of us, there was a swarm of Cowboy fans out in front, not Jet fans, Cowboy fans. And the entire stadium was brimming with the enthusiasm of Cowboys, and certainly late in the game. And that was inadvertent on my part because that was right after we'd made our last touchdown.
It was an inadvertent bird.
We were all excited about. There wasn't any antagonistic issue or anything like that. I just put up the wrong show on the hand, but that was inadvertently done. And I'm not kidding. I'm
not kidding at all.
You want to call it accidental?
You buying this crap?
No. But, it got straightened around pretty quick. I've had a chance to look at it. It got straightened around pretty quick, but the intention was thumbs up and then basically pointing at our fans because everybody was jumping up and down excited.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Johnny Walker Blue, it will confuse you, I guess.
Well, he doesn't drink at work. Are you?
You're buying that?
Well, he doesn't drink at work. It's against the rules.
No, sure.
So he was dude can sell about anything.
Yeah.
But nobody is buying that.
There's not anybody buying that.
There was a Jet fan that was giving him the business all day, and he said, "Birds up." And it got caught on video, and he knew he was going to get fined for it because that's what happens. But now it makes me wonder, the story you told about this time yesterday about the guy that, because you didn't use your blinker and he was giving you two birds, maybe he meant to actually give you the thumbs up. Like, okay, buddy, go ahead and cut me off without your blinker.
Well, I guess it's possible. Now that I hear Jerry Jones, and it's that easy to confuse the two, maybe that's possible. I don't know.
So we have a poll question on our YouTube page. Go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Do you get your thumb and middle finger mixed up when trying to give a thumbs up?
I never have. Have you?
No, but 34% say yes. 66% say no.
Well, I just think they're trying to give Jerry, he's 82 years old. They're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Don't want to, offend the elderly.
Look, he's at the age now where he can say and do what he wants because he doesn't give up because he's 82. And that's probably what he should have said to Roger when he said, here's a $250,000 fine. And I mean, but to come up with this nonsense story, to me, is just comical.
Well, I think it's comical too, but it's Jerry trying to get out of it because he said that this morning on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, and the fine came out a little bit later than that. So maybe he's trying to avoid it.
Well,
I don't know.
He knew it. He knew it was on the way.
Sure.
Now he might appeal it, and I can imagine Jerry will call Roger and say, that fine you sent me?
Stick it up our ass.
And go from there with two birds.
Yes, because I run the NFL.
That's right.
I'm the commissioner, and I can rally all these other owners, and, well, you're fired.
I have the privilege and the opportunity to run the NFL.
Yeah.
I have all the authority in the world
to make this fine go away.
But Todd Archer reporting that they've got until Friday to appeal this thing, and that they don't know if they're going to do that yet or not.
Yeah.
If I'm Jerry, I'm paying the fine. Just let it go. Right.
It's $250,000.
Come on,
and I don't
Jerry,
care if
like
it doesn't matter. It's like $20 to you, and you would be mad about separating from $20 for something stupid. There's a lot of ways you'll do stupid things to lose $20.
Dude, I've done a lot of stupid things. Yeah,
but there's other times where you'd be like, no. Well, and this is one of those times for Jerry.
Jerry's a billionaire. If I'm a billionaire, I'm probably giving birds every game. Do you know how much crap Jerry gets at every game?
$250,000 per bird.
Whatever. Per bird.
Could you imagine?
He should have been fined $500,000.
I'm coming into this game with a $2.5 million middle finger budget. Just tell that to the wife before I go to the game.
Exactly.
Just know I'm feeling feisty today. Fingers are going to be flying.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mario, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, it sounds like Jerry had a Freudian slip of the fingers. I guess he was telling all the Cowboy fans, F you for cheering for us. We're not going to make the Super Bowl.
No, I think it was an FU because, look, y'all were all mad at me for trading Micah away, and look, we played great.
Yeah, look at that. We're
beat 2-2-1.
Winless. Hey, man, it's hard to be 500 after 5 games.
Yeah, well,
but
true.
they are. Hey, Trey, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
How's it going, fellas? Man, I smell a rat with these people dropping the ball stuff. What if this whole Chad Powers thing is like going viral? I mean, because it just doesn't make any sense to me. There's no way, and you know what, they should be dropping the ball as much as they are. Like back-to-back weeks, maybe Eli and his team are up to something, and maybe it's just going to get more people to watch Chad Powers. I don't know.
Well,
but it's a stupid thing.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
It is, but Trey, you're a young NFL player, probably making around the minimum. How much money would Chad Powers have to pay you to do something that stupid?
I mean, for them, it probably a game check or game check or two. Probably have them do that. McCall, he's not making that little bit of money. I mean, he was third string, I think, coming into the season. So the minimum is pretty good. But maybe he thought they were going to win that game. That game was over. He thought, and it wasn't. It backfired on him.
Well, if he scores that touchdown and hangs on to the ball, game is over. Dude, you get a 75-yard touchdown run in the NFL. You don't throw that away because of some Chad Powers side bet. I'm not smelling any rats.
Kalu, man, that's not even that cool. But I hear you. There's got to be something going on. Or maybe these players are just like cuckoo. I don't know.
No, it's just to get to the goal line and celebrate.
That's not even. He wasn't even celebrating. He just dropped the ball. Like, here it is.
Yeah,
dude, come on. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen until I saw LeBron James today.
There we go.
That has become the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
That dude.
Go get some Hennessy, man.
No, I'm not. I'm boycotting.
You're boycotting something you've never had, man. You're strong, Joe.
I am.
You're strong. Way to take a stand.
Our good friend Marcus offered me some Hennessy, and I said, nope, not doing it.
Yeah, but then he offered you some Hennessy White, and you were like, all right, I'll try it.
Well, I'm just saying, he said that's from the Bahamas or somewhere. I don't know where he got that from.
Exactly. Well, he said he brought it back from the Dominican because they don't sell it here.
Yeah, they don't sell it here.
Yeah. He said it's smooth. You were like, all right, I'm in.
I'll probably try it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go.
That's the name of it, Pledge.
I'm not going to go support. I'm not going to go support Hennessy or LeBron now.
Uh-huh.
After that goofy commercial or whatever the hell that was.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Shireen Williams from ProFootballTalk.com. She's on deck to be on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Next.
When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house through the years, and they do fantastic work. Have for well over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. And whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. So call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hi. My name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job. job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All month long, celebrate National Dessert Month at Twin Peaks with sweet endings like Cinnamon Toast Crunch Cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or the Twin Peaks Sundae with vanilla ice cream and warm Ghirardelli brownies, and pair it with a Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, with smoked in-house meats, home-style sides, and specials like pork belly burnt ends, and our famous fully loaded chopped baker. The Texas barbecue you love is at Smoky Mo's. Order a Smoky Mo's tailgate pack or create your own. Choose your meats like brisket, turkey, or sausage, and sides kicked up a notch like roasted green corn and bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Mo's, with 8 convenient locations. Orders for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I don't know if I should say congratulations on the tie. I mean, it beats one of the alternatives. I mean, so it's a good football team you guys had a tie with.
Yeah, and you've been asked a lot. Would you change the rules?
You know, again, would I change the rules? I don't know. I mean, I maybe would add a little bit more time to overtime. Again, I think at the end of the day, whether you win, lose, or tie, man, this league, there's always something humbling coming around the corner versus the next opponent, so you got to get ready.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Tomorrow morning at 6, Ride to Work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to have everybody along today. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
Let's talk some Cowboys football with Mother Football. Shireen Williams from ProFootballTalk.com joining us on the Buyers Barricades Gus line. We've had a lot of fun with Jerry's explanation of he was trying to do gig 'em and somehow shot the bird to some fans there in New York. His explanation this morning, quite comical, one thing he can't sell. But fined $250,000 according to reports. I didn't know an owner could appeal a fine.
Yeah, he has the same rights. I mean, he's not going to win the appeal. He has until Friday. He's not going to win it. I mean, there's video of it. Whatever your intent was, you did it. It's on video. So, yeah, it's going to be a straightforward thank you for playing, pay your fine, move on.
As a distinguished A&M alum, have you ever done gig 'em and accidentally shot somebody the bird?
I have not, and I'm wondering if maybe that was the problem with the Micah trade. Maybe he made the wrong hand gesture when they pitched a Micah Parsons trade to him.
Wow. Yeah. I would have liked Jerry to say, yeah, I did it. The guy was being rude, and he was yelling at me the whole game, and we won, and I told him where he could go.
Yeah, and it's only $250,000. I'm not going to miss it. That was worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Tepper only received $50,000 more than that for pouring the drink on the fans. So, yeah, it's the same fine that Bud Adams once paid for doing the same thing, except he did the double barrel to some fans. And I think they were the Titans fans, if I remember. But, yeah, it's, pay the fine and move on at this point.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. But, Jerry, I thought he was just becoming a tough guy.
That age.
He's a tough guy, where he just doesn't care. What were your overall thoughts on that game? And, look, we've talked about it, Shireen. I know it was the Jets. They're kind of a circus right now. But Cowboys overall looked pretty good against a poor team.
Yeah, I'm just really surprised at the reaction from Cowboys fans and Cowboys media that they've turned it around. I mean, this was some sort of great finding that they had, and they dominated this terrible team, but they've got it going now. They've beaten two teams. Those two teams have a combined one victory. They're playing better. I want to see it against some better competition. The Panthers are going to be better competition. This is a game you should win, like the Bears game you should have won. Same type opponent that you face them again. Their defense is not bad. Their offense has played better. I want you to do this I want to see it against good teams, but the Panthers would be a start. I would be buying it a little more than what I'm buying now. They did what they needed to do. Look, the Jets are the worst team in the NFL. I don't think there's any question about that at this point. They did what they needed to do, but we've turned the corner, and we're going to the Super Bowl now. I mean, Clarence Hill, I love Clarence, but he was tweeting out the NFC standings and saying, there's no one on here that scares you. Give me a break. The Cowboys are not the Lions. They're not. They're not going to the Super Bowl.
No, they're not. And yeah, you could say impressive for the first half defensively, holding them to a field goal, getting that turnover, which prevented them from getting another score. But Justin Fields, put up some good numbers in the second half. They might have been garbage time, but, the questions on the defense are still there. And quite frankly, I'm not sure what they've got to do at linebacker because that Sanborn guy looks about as slow as me.
Yeah, he hasn't played well, and I think he needs to sit down. And they got some better options there. Leah Fowl certainly is playing better. They've got some better options than him there. And I know I get it that Eberflus trust him from their time together and with the Browns, but he just has not played well this season, and so I think he needs to sit for most of the game and get you some better options at linebacker. But yeah, that's still the question: is the defense, are they any better? And they are getting healthier. They are, I think the corners play better. I'm not trying to discount the fact that they did win that game, and they did play better than they have in any game yet this season. But you just want to see it against better competition than the Jets are. And Dak Prescott is playing an elite level. I agree with you. Again, I think they're overselling. Will he be the MVP if we had to vote? Now, I have an MVP vote. I would be voting for Baker Mayfield right now. If Baker Mayfield has had more injuries than Dak Prescott has had, 4 last-minute comebacks to victory, Baker Mayfield is playing better than anybody in the NFL right now. Dak Prescott is playing at an elite level. There's no question about that. This is the best he's played. He is an MVP candidate at this point. We're in week 6. So let's just temper that down again a little bit. The rhetoric is just kind of, and I get it. It's a roller coaster type deal with this, and most fan bases, not just this one. We're up and high when we win, and we're down and low. The season's over when we lose. Super Bowl when we win, season's over when we lose. It's not like that at all. I mean, it's a long season. We're in week 6.
Yeah, but you're exactly right, and it is a week-to-week league, and it's every team that you talk about. The team looks great. They're going to the Super Bowl. Next week, they fall on their face, and they're the worst thing that ever happened. So, yeah, I agree with you, Shireen. I really do. You talked about Dak Prescott, and I want to talk about that. And I'm glad you brought that up because the MVP chance and all of that, and I'm glad he's playing well coming off of that injury. What I was impressed with, though, on Sunday was the fact that they had 4 starters on that offensive line out. That offensive line played well. They protected him. You can say all you want about the Jets and their defensive front, but I thought the guys that were out there that were filling in for injured players did a good job.
They did a great job. The offensive linemen did a great job. Ryan Flournoy did a great job. They had some backup step up, and I think that's what was exciting to see. For the Cowboys is that we said this before the year started that their depth would be tested, and we didn't know if they had the depth. They have the depth on the offensive line. They have the depth at wide receiver. We've seen that with CeeDee Lamb and some other guys being out, Turpin this past week. So I think that's the exciting thing for them is I do think they have more depth than any of us anticipated. And better depth than what we anticipated. So I think that's the good thing for them. The defense is still the concern. If they can ever figure that out and get it turned, and maybe they will. Maybe they're onto something. Maybe James Houston playing him more is going to be the answer to get pressure on the quarterback and not give the quarterback so much time. Again, we're going to find this out a little bit more on Sunday, and then more and more as we go along because the schedule, as we know, gets way tougher than what it is right now. They need to win these games. They need to win this game on Sunday because they've got the toughest part of their schedule coming up, and it is a bear.
It is, and hopefully some of those guys can get healthy. But, you bring up Ryan Flournoy and the way he played. I'm curious when CD is back and healthy and Kevontae Turpin is healthy and, maybe he's able to go this week. The way Ryan played, will we ever see Jonathan Mingo actually in a regular season game? I'm just trying to figure out, can they trade him and get something in return? Because I'm looking at Ryan saying, why would you even bring up Mingo at this point?
Yeah, it's a good point. And I think if they stay healthy and get back healthy, I think that's something you consider if anybody wants to trade for him and you can get value for him at the end of the month, beginning of November, when the trade deadline is. It's a great point. And I think that's an opportunity to do something with him if he gets healthy, just the way with Flournoy played on Sunday. But again, if you think you're going to make the playoffs, and I've said all along, I think the Cowboys have a shot to make the playoffs. Now, again, pointing out they're third in the division right now, so you're going to have to probably jump somebody to make the playoffs. It's rare; it happens. 3 teams make the playoff from one division. It does happen. It happened last year, I believe, with Detroit Vikings and Packers.
Yep.
But it's a difficult thing to do. More than likely, you're going to have to either jump the Eagles or jump the Commanders to get in that playoff spot. But having said all that, you want the depth. If you think you're going to make the playoffs, and a lot's going to be determined in these next few games, but I do think you think about some trades. If you feel like you're out of the playoff race, then I think you think about trading some of these players like Mingo and get some extra draft picks. If you're still in the midst of it, then I think you try to go get whatever you need at that point, whether it's a pass rusher, whether it's a linebacker, whether it's a DB, safety or corner. I do think that the next few games are going to tell you what you need to do with the trade deadline, if anything.
Well, yeah, that's interesting, and I think you're right. I mean, if they have a record and have an opportunity to do something, there are still some holes on that defense that are going to get exploited when they get into that meat of the schedule. I just want to ask you, you brought up the NFC East, and look, Philadelphia, I know they're 4-1. Their record is great, but they haven't looked all that good. And then they blow the lead on Sunday. Washington, they look good, albeit against a banged-up Chargers team. What do you think about those two teams, Shireen? Do they impress you at all? Are those two teams that you think are not insurmountable if the Cowboys get on a roll?
I think the Eagles have been a disappointment. They just haven't played real well, and they had that lead, and Saquon just got 6 carries, and did really well with those 6 carries. He got 30 yards, but you need to feed him better. I think they're feeling out the offensive coordinator and he's trying to figure out them. They're trying to figure out him, but they need to get it going in a hurry. They've managed to win games despite the frustrations offensively. Those 3 players that they have on the team, the stars, Brown, Barkley, and Hurts, had a meeting I just put up a post a little over 2 hours on Monday, and they felt like it was positive to try to talk out some things of how to get them, Barkley and Brown, more involved in the offense and get the offense rolling a little bit better. I think they'll be fine long term. They'll figure it out. I think they're okay. The Commanders they didn't have Jaden Daniels for a couple games, and I thought he really played well. He didn't use his legs as much. Wore that knee brace on Sunday. I had that game, and I thought he played really well sitting in the pocket. I think they're going to be fine. It's going to be up to the Cowboys to win a bunch of games to jump those teams, and it's going to be beating Philadelphia here, winning both games against Commanders. I think they're going to have to do some of that if they're going to be in the division race, if they're going to jump one of those teams. They're going to have some upsets that we don't see coming right now. Are they capable of it? We'll find out. They've got to be better defensively. You're not going to be 32nd total defense and make the playoffs. You're just not. And if they can figure something out and be better defensively, they'll have a chance.
Well, and that's I look at, as well as Dak's playing, and I'm with you on the MVP talk. He can be in the conversation. I think he's in line to win Comeback Player of the Year. But this team has to win or score north of 30 points a game to feel like they have a chance, and that just doesn't seem like a pretty good plan.
Yeah, it doesn't seem sustainable. I agree with you. And that's the thing. You look at the numbers that I called him the other day on our show. I called him the 2025 Joe Burrow, and that's what he is. Joe Burrow put up MVP numbers last year. He was great. The numbers should have won him the MVP and probably would have in a lot of years, but you're not winning the MVP when you don't make the playoffs, when your defense is that bad. He was on this exact team last year and had just terrible results in the end. And if you look at the history of the MVP award, it's a quarterback award. We know that. But it usually goes to the quarterback who has the best record in either the AFC or the NFC. The Cowboys are not going to have, more than likely, I would bet on it. I would bet every paycheck I have left this year, they're not going to finish with the best record in the NFC. They're just not. So his chances of winning MVP are not very good. But the Comeback Player of the Year is realistic. He can put up really great numbers. You vote for 5 MVPs on that list. If he plays like he's playing now, he will be probably in the top 3. I had Burrow last year, I think 4 on my list, even though they had the record they had. He's playing at an MVP level, but unless you win and win big, you're not winning the MVP award, and that's really what it boils down to.
Shireen, I've got to ask you just your thoughts real quick on the 2 fumbles before crossing the goal line that we've had in back-to-back weeks. Why in the world what are these guys thinking? Do you have any idea what they're thinking?
Well, let's point out that one was a University of Texas player and one was a TCU player. So maybe it's something about our state. That,
we don't have to get facts in here. Come on, Shireen.
How you do it at all is beyond me. But to do it the second week after we've already seen it done the first week with A.D. Mitchell, I don't understand it. And I think it's been a good lesson. I doubt that, of course, I would have said that after 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
I said, I doubt we're going to see it again, but I guarantee you they've all shown a video of that in their rooms going forward now. Every team's seen that. this week. So I can't see us having another one of those this year, but I just don't understand how you do that.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah,
I don't get it either.
It's about the same understanding as Joe Flacco getting traded to Cincinnati. Make that make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense either. A lot of things in this league don't make sense.
I just hope he survives Cincinnati, Shireen.
Yeah.
With the offensive line they have, my goodness.
Got a statue back there.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, he's one hit away from his career being over with that offensive line.
Yeah, well, I mean, stop there and then go to Pittsburgh to end things up, and he'll have played for the whole division.
Exactly.
Crazy. Shireen Williams.
I just saw there were two, and I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't taken the time to think about two players, I think, that played for every team in the division. So think about that, and then you guys look that up, see if you can figure it out first.
All
and
right.
We'll talk about it next week.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Somebody listening will do the homework for us. Shireen Williams, ProFootballTalk.com. Follow her on Twitter at NFL Shireen. We'll talk to you next week, and we may or may not get our homework done.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. The great Shireen Williams on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
Love talking to Shireen Williams, and especially when we all don't know. We can't figure out why some players do some things that they do. It is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that Cowboys-Carolina game, because Carolina is a different team at home. It will be a bigger test. We had a chance to talk with County Judge Peter Sakai earlier in the show, and had some interesting things to say about the upcoming vote on Proposition A and B. We'll revisit that a little bit when we come back here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. And while I talk about emergencies, it's October. You want to get your heater tuned up. At Quartermoon, they've got great maintenance programs to make sure it's ready to go for when you actually have to turn on your heater. Emergencies, maintenance, call Quartermoon at 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down! It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Cancer claims our loved ones every day. When the Byer family lost company founder Perry Byer to cancer, they established Byer Cares. And this October, during Cancer Awareness Month, Byer Boys will donate a portion of all service fees to the American Cancer Society. please join us in our fundraising goal by visiting BuyerCaresFoundation.com. There's a can in cancer, because together we can beat it.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Imagine owning coastal land with ocean views and world-class fishing just off Matagorda Bay. Well, dream no more. This Saturday, October 11th, mark your calendars for our fall one-day coastal land sale at Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. We're unveiling incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1+ acre with ocean access just $49.9 and waterfront properties starting at $99.9, or with a barn dominium from just $169.9. Wow! This gated community boasts a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch with paved roads and underground utilities. It's all happening this Saturday, October 11th. 1+ acre with ocean access just $49.9. Texas coastal waterfront properties from $99.9 with barn dominium from only $169.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing is available. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice, no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6. The Aggies take on the Florida Gators. Presented by Just Pots. Free game at 5 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're getting close to October 20th. That's when early voting begins for the Proposition A and B, the county vote, dealing with the Freeman Coliseum, Frost Bank area, and of course, the money for the Spurs for their new arena.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Before we get into what Judge Peter Sakai told us earlier in the show, let's give away some wristbands for Saturday at ACL.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that before Pledge loses his mind.
Yeah, he is going to lose his mind, isn't he? Sorry, Pledge.
These are single-day wristbands for Saturday up in Austin. You want to go? When's the vote?
October 20th.
Caller 20. You're going to, 20.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Early voting. Early voting starts on the 20th.
Yes,
Pledge
November
is like,
4th.
Go 4th. There's November 4th. Go caller 4. No, early voting starts on the 20th. You want to go to ACL Saturday? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 20. You get the wristbands.
And if you don't win them, you can buy them and get more information at aclfestival.com.
So Judge Peter Sakai was on with us earlier today. Really interesting conversation. Judge was long-winded. I almost felt like he came on and was just giving speech after speech after speech.
A lot of info to give.
But the reality is, what do people need to know going to the polls?
I am there to make sure that we are protecting our community. Guys, that's my job. My job is to protect all citizens of Bexar County. And so the frustration, is the fact that people will not accept what is correct information, accurate information. They will continue to misstate or ask for things that are not allowed by law. And so that would probably be the most frustrating part of those questions keep repeating themselves in various forms. And you've already, I think some of your callers are asking the same questions over and over.
Yeah.
And I respect that, guy. And I will respect the decision of the voters.
Well, I think we all will, and that's what we want, is just for the voters to have an opportunity, but we also want the voters to have the correct information.
And I got a text today, and based on different interactions we had with listeners earlier in the show, a lot of you got the same text from a PAC, political advertising paid for defending public money for public good, right?
Yes.
And it said Prop B is a tax increase that benefits billionaire investors from San Francisco and Austin who want to build themselves another billionaire playground, and they want you to pay for it. Our tax dollars should go to flood control improvements, public safety, neighborhoods, and safe roads, not another arena for billionaires who don't even live in San Antonio. Now, obviously, they're taking shots at some of the investors that the Spurs have brought on. But as Judge Peter Sakai explained, that money can't be used for those kind of things.
No, the law says it must be specific uses attached to venue, and it must be tourist-related. So the argument about housing, streets, sidewalks is not allowed by law. Now, somebody has pushed and said, well, what about the last 2008 that created the Tobin Center, that did an extension on the Riverwalk, did the extension of the Mission Trails, the San Antonio River? Well, yeah, those were specific tourist-related venues that was allowed by law. Now, guys, I don't want to build another Tobin. I don't want to put any more money to the Riverwalk. I don't want to put another money on the Mission Trails. Let us revitalize the east side by putting the foundational piece so that becomes a pearl-like economic generator. People will go and spend the day there. Because right now, to stay status quo, guys, means people will come to events and they will leave. And that doesn't mean anything for that community.
You know what? That's what irritates me. And you get a text like this or an email like that, and they're just flat out not telling the truth.
Yeah.
And that's what's irritating about it. And people, unless you listen to this show or you go to one of the county meetings that Judge Sakai has been having, you don't know, and you just take words for it. And that's really irritating for a PAC to come out and to put out just a blatant lie about Proposition B.
That's what I don't understand. He is the county judge, and I think most people around here know Judge Peter Sakai from his time on the bench.
Absolutely.
And the good that he has done throughout his career on the bench. And so I asked him straight up, why are there no laws to prevent false information being spread like that, right? And again, when you look at the importance of Proposition A and B, and this really is not about Project Marvel, but it gets lumped into. This is really a benefit to the rodeo. And reading some things about the rodeo, they actually want the Spurs gone so they can do more things with the rodeo, which I find fascinating. And twice he said, dude, you got to get Cody Davenport on because the rodeo makes a whole lot of money in 3 weeks. What could they do if they were doing year-round things? And I had somebody else tell me the plan is similar to what they have in Fort Worth at the stockyards. And that's what Judge Sakai is doing. And that keeps the current Frost Bank Center from becoming a relic. But also, you can finally get that promised development on the east side.
Well, he was even talking about putting up a hotel where Willow Springs Golf Course is right now and clearing out like the Coca-Cola warehouse there and getting that all done. So, look, I trust Judge Sakai as much as I trust anybody. And if he says he's going to do that and the east side is going to be protected, then it's going to. I can't tell you how much it irritates me, and it just saddens me, to be honest with you, when you've got a PAC sending people emails that are just blatant lies.
Well, one of the things that I find interesting, and again, I try to stay away from politics
Absolutely,
in a big
absolutely.
way. Because it often gets brought up, well, weren't these promises made when that building got built 20-some years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
They were.
The difference is they were promises.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink, let's get a deal done. This appears to all be in writing. And that's the one thing that Judge Sakai, where I do believe what he is saying, and I say that, saying I believe a politician, but when he first came on this show, at the beginning of this, he said, I can't agree to this because I haven't been a part of meetings.
Right.
And
exactly.
What's going to be best for Bexar County, which in his mind is Freeman Coliseum and the Frostbank Center grounds. And he's getting all that in writing.
Absolutely,
so it's more than just a promise.
And he demanded that.
Yes.
And the Spurs, they gave it to him because he's a man that's serious about this. And so there you go. We're going to continue to bring you stuff and the facts about what's going on with this until we get that vote on November 4th, and we'll see how things go from there.
You know what we do every Tuesday about this time? We get caught up with injuries, and there are a lot of them. It's time for our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Let's welcome on the Buyers Barricades at Gus Lang, Dr. Christopher Tucker. Doc, I got to start with one that's probably not right up your alley, but LeBron's going to miss all of the preseason because he's got a nerve irritation in his glute.
Yeah, hey guys, good to be back on. You know, that's a funny one. They're talking about a pain in the butt.
Uh-huh.
Literally what he's got, right? So they're likely referring to some sort of irritation of sciatic nerve. That's the main nerve that comes out of the lower back. It's actually a whole bunch of nerves that come together and join to make the big coax cable that runs down the leg. It gives sensation and motor function to the entire leg. Now, where it passes through the back of the hip area, there's a couple areas where the muscle, whether it's the gluteus muscle or even a smaller muscle that's called the piriformis, those muscles can cause some squeezing of the nerve. There can be some scar tissue. It can just be a matter of tightness and irritation from that. So depending on what it is that's causing this irritation, it could be a quick short fix with some extra therapy and stretching exercises, or, it could need a little more rehab, maybe some sort of intervention, even like an injection or, some sort of deeper ultrasound procedure. But likely a muscular tightness or compression of that sciatic nerve is what they're referring to.
Wow. Well, yeah, after what that stupid promo he did today, Doc, he's a pain in his own butt. So that's there you go. That's what he deserves. I want to ask you about Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. We talked about this. He's got a high ankle sprain. Stephen Jones told a radio station in Dallas yesterday that he could very well be back this week, which would be closer to 2 weeks other than 3. The initial timeline was 3 to 4 weeks. Is that unusual, or do sometimes those things heal a little bit quicker?
Not entirely unusual. The high ankle sprain is, the common way of referring to what we call a syndesmosis injury. That's an injury to the ligament that connects the two ankle bones, the tibia and the fibula. These sprains are like all other ligament sprains. They're graded in severity. Lower grade 1 injuries can have a pretty quick recovery. Typically, when you're talking about the high ankle sprain, though, it is a bit high energy, and it can be a grade 2 or even a grade 3 injury. That's really the severity of his injury is going to be the big driver for his prognosis of recovery. So if we're seeing progress, typically the trainers and the therapists are able to monitor these athletes daily, see, if they're meeting any sort of the return criteria, weight bearing, strengthening, stability of the ankle. If he's meeting criteria, often these teams have these criteria-based recovery protocols. And once you meet, marker A, you move on to B, on to C, and then you return. So it's not entirely uncommon to see him come back a bit quicker. And maybe they suspected it was more severe initially, and maybe it wasn't.
Although it's interesting because they didn't put him on IR, because if he goes on IR, he's got to miss at least 4 games. And so the fact that he could only miss 2 or maybe 3, but not all 4, tells me severity initially couldn't have been all that bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the gamble. I think, that's where the front office has that. That's why they make the big bucks to make these decisions, obviously in concert with the medical staff. But, yeah, I mean, I think their suspicion was likely based on a number of factors. The athlete himself, his propensity to heal. They probably didn't think it was so severe that he was definitely out, so they gave him a chance, and looks like he may prove him right.
Doc, there's been a lot of toe injuries. Malik Hooker, the Cowboys safety, was put on injured reserve on Saturday, and Brock Purdy's still trying to recover from him, the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. And I know in the world of social media these days, we hear maybe more about these than we did prior. But why do you think there's so many toe injuries in the game of football? Would it be a result of the turf, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, I did notice there was a number of toe injuries, and I think there's a number of factors. Obviously, the game is always getting faster. Everybody's getting bigger, stronger. The amount of force going into the foot, and the relationship of the cleat to the turf, whether it's artificial turf or natural grass, plays a role. But I think, to be honest, a lot of it just has to do with, the size of players, the speed is getting bigger, the amount of force going into that interface of the foot with the ground is just going up. And, if you just multiply the number of reps by the, risk factors, exposures, you're going to have injuries. And I think athletes are just faster and cutting and running quicker. And these turf toes, you're injuring that big toe, the bottom of the toe where the ligament and the tendon is. These sprains can be really bad. They can seem minor, and everybody kind of laughs about a toe injury. But, if you've ever injured yours, try running at a high rate of speed with a bad toe. And, that's why these guys take a while to get back.
Absolutely. And, Doc, real quick before we let you go, how excited are the ortho docs in Cleveland that they now get, or Cincinnati rather, that Joe Flacco is now going to be a member of the Browns and probably soon to be one of their patients?
I mean, I don't think it's tongue-in-cheek. I don't think any doctor is ever excited to have a patient, especially when it's a high-level athlete. I mean, ask anybody that's in the news. Some of these guys get paid the big bucks to be the face of, the NFL or the NBA doctor. But, I mean, that's a high-risk, high-reward profession. So, I give them all the credit in the world for taking care of these athletes.
Absolutely.
And, giving it their best. But, yeah, nobody ever wants to see anybody get injured. That's for sure.
No. But Joe Flacco's a statue, and the Bengals' offensive line can't block anybody. So
I hope they have a bed ready.
Yeah, exactly. Dr. Christopher Tucker, always appreciate the knowledge and insight. The injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com.
That's a travesty what the Arizona Cardinals have done. They fined head coach Jonathan Gannon $100,000.
It's because he put his hands on the plate.
Well, I guess so. Jeez, I would have lost my mind if I was a head coach and a guy did that. And I mean lost my mind. I'd have lost.
Yeah.
That dude would have got a spanking.
He got one, and it cost him $100,000.
Well, the coach got $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would have spanked the player.
He did.
I'd have been turned over my knee, and just, don't you ever do that again, young man.
I think he said that in not so many words.
Well, he probably did. I'm sure. So I love that.
I'm done.
I love that. I really do. Hey, be sure and listen to the Morning Huddle tomorrow morning. AJ and Rob, they'll get you started at 6 o'clock. Jason and I will be back here at 2 because it's hump day. But stay tuned for Extra Innings with Pledge right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is The Blitz with